I'm sure that I fucked something up, and we'll find out about 2 seconds in when Lazy starts laughing at me for it, or not telling me at all until halfway through the stream.
Do you want me to listen to the stream?
No, it's all good. I'm just still mad about that about how we missed, like, hours of that Final Fantasy VII Remake stream.
Oh,
The one where he's just like, yeah, your audio hasn't been working this whole time. I just didn't say anything.
that guy.
What the, like, genuinely, what the fuck is his problem?
I don't know.
Alright. Sorry, guys, we're not allowed to look at it because it might be spoilers. Alright. Wow, Umineko.
Yippee!
So it's been a bit. It's been a bit since we did this, so I'm just gonna give a quick reminder to everyone. Last time we basically started the chapter and did the tea party. We finished up chapter 2 and did the tea parties and stuff, and we started up chapter 3. And chapter 3 has all been flashbacks so far. We've seen like basically all of like Beatrice like becoming the apprentice of the old Beatrice, and then like taking her title. And now we're with who I assume is, like, young Rosa or Ava. Probably young Ava. Because the hair color makes sense. As opposed to Rosa, whose hair color does not make sense.
Twitch, TV.
No! Son of a bitch! I knew I'd fucked something up! God damn it! If that's the worst thing... That's the worst thing that happened to say, it's fine. Probably. That's not it. Okay, so this is definitely young. This is definitely young Ava. Only she would be hitting a pose this cunty while looking like this, while also being like this middle schooler. Rosa could never. She was bullied.
Isn't she so cute?
This is the pose of a bully.
Yeah.
That's not it. You vowed to me that I would become the successor of the Ushiromia family. Ah, she consorted with the witch! You. The one who came whispering to me was myself, born in the heart of the day I made that vow. Myself on the day as a little girl. Wait a second.
What's up?
Oh, okay, so this was like the flashbacks from like Ava's perspective about like how fucked up her childhood was and like how much her dad and brother suck.
Yeah, because they hate women.
They hate women. They just can't stand women.
Mm-hmm.
Had I betrayed that expectation or my grades to intimidate my brother just to clear away that pent-up resentment from my childhood? No. You swore to me. Okay, so she's having a flashback that's like her. She's hallucinating her younger self, saying like, "No, you promised me. You promised yourself that you would become the successor."
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hey, Barry.
Hey, Barry. We're watching a flashback, a trauma flashback. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. She was my only ally. Ah, whenever I was suffering, whenever I felt I could take no more, she would always quietly appear and take my side. Wait, she just hallucinates her childhood self every time something gets fucked up for her? That's so cool. That's so fucking funny.
She's so lonely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but what about your husband? What about... Don't worry, your husband's fucking kicks ass. Don't worry, you're gonna be fine.
Yeah, he is pretty awesome. Mm-hmm. Together with her.
Mm-hmm. As I had grown and forgotten my time as a girl, I'd also begun to forget my conversations with her. I, Ushiromia Ava, will definitely become the head of the Ushiromia family. You know, triumph over that irritating, arrogant Kraus. I'm good, Barry. Good. I'm glad to be home.
Me too.
During the week. Oh my god. Like that job was interesting and they definitely had some upsides to like the arrangement, but like I am glad to be done. On that day, we promised to do our best together to achieve that. That's right, we promised. On that day, that I would become the successor of the head. On that day, when I had become overcome with sadness, wondering why I was even alive, you appeared inside me and lent me your strength. Wow! Wait! So this isn't even like...
What?
This is just my theory! This is just my fucking Beatrice, Shannon Cannon theory. This isn't happening. This is just that happening to somebody else.
How does it feel?
Oh my! Wait a second. No. This is good. This is like what they're gonna call back to be like. Yeah, it happens. It happens to the Yoshiromias. They're fucking delusional like that. Everyone who comes to this manor develops tulpas. Barry is not satisfied with knowing how I am. She needs to know how you are.
I'm good. I'm eating a Kit Kat.
Wow.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm eating shrimp chips.
Okay.
I wanted Father to accept me. I wanted to get the better of my brother. I believe that if I could do that, I could forever part ways with that wretched part of myself. In those days, I had really believed that I had no other purpose in life than to be looked down upon by my brother. Damn! It's painful just remembering those days. Of course, I asked her that she's my girlfriend. Damn. The wound, the tear that split open my heart. She taught me how to sew up that wound. I would change my anger into effort and improve myself, become a person more worthy to be the head than Kraus was, and triumph over him by making Father accept me. The perfect revenge. Unfortunately, I underestimated the power of Dad's misogyny. I knew more or less that a woman couldn't succeed the head. If I could become so superior that I could overturn that, then surely even Father would select me to be his successor. Posture check. God, I'm not even like that bad. It's just like the camera zoomed out a little bit. Damn. That happened, and I could have the greatest, most ultimate, most perfect revenge against my brother. That's a sentence that's like straight out of Danganronpa.
I was just thinking the same thing.
That hoodie? Oh, what? Virginity rocks? Don't have sex, guys. It's bad for you. I like that color on you, though. Thank you.
Fun fact.
Oh, wait,
have matching
was that posture check just to see what's on my sweatshirt?
Yeah, I think so.
That's really funny. I think you might be a winner, Susan. Yeah. Hey, thing. What the hell? I'm asexual. Don't talk to me about virginity. Damn.
Does it not
what
rock?
The hell?
Why do you say it like that? Why do you say it like it doesn't rock?
Yeah, the fuck? What's wrong with being a virgin? Damn. That happened. Who always acted like it was completely natural for him to succeed the head. Right. If we do that, the wounds in our heart will be healed. It's like that easy. Like, yeah, if that happens, then our trauma's gone. We promised each other that we would do our best until that day came. And yet you're breaking this promise. Scum. Coward. Why not give up and die forever? I love how she's just as mean to herself.
Oh my god, she's so me-coded.
Mm-hmm. Even though she has the form of my young self, she still is another me. She is still another me. She has a sharp tongue. After all, she's me. It really makes me mad hearing that from myself. You have no right to speak of me like that. Let's use that anger and learn from it. Changing anger into power is my magic. Oh my god! I've saved you from several predicaments with that power and allowed you to achieve things that should have been impossible for you. Is Ava a witch? Has Ava just been a witch this whole fucking time? I can't tell how serious that magic comment is. I can't tell if that's real or not. Damn it.
Umineko.
Oh man. As long as you have my magic, there's nothing you can't do. That's right. Anger has always been my driving force. I learned magic by being super angry all the time. I wonder what was that I forgot that. If you have remembered me again, then that magic is ours once more. I made meringue cookies with Nutella today. Wow, that sounds really good. Eddie, you're so predictable.
What?
Come on, let's turn that anger into power and endeavor in our studies even more, alright? sure we still have a lot more studying that we need to do. Let's go to college, study more and more, get excellent grades, and drive Kraus into a corner. I'm passing you through the computer screen. Oh no. I'm allergic.
I would like the pictures. He is allergic.
I'm allergic to Nutella. My computer is having an allergic reaction. That guy makes a face as though we're nothing, but I'm sure he feels pretty well cornered in his heart. I'm allergic to tree nut. I have a tree nut allergy, so I can't have Nutella.
Right?
That's what I said. I actually don't care about nuts all that much. Like I like even just regardless of the fact that like I'm allergic. I just like the taste is fine, I guess. So I don't care. Hey Dagger, how we doing?
Dagger.
If only he would just learn. If only he would just learn his place and die.
Yeah, true.
You know what, Ava? This is really just confirming that like Ava is the best of the siblings. She's so real for that. If he did, we could become the head. Just kill him. Rudolph would be nice enough to decline. That kid can't go against us. Stop that. Even if I studied more, his father still won't accept me. Why? Father's telling me to be womanly. No matter how hard I try, as long as I'm a woman, father will never pass the headship to me. Even if I had been born before Nissan. No matter how much effort I put in, I can't become anything more than a woman. I won't be accepted. I can't surpass Nissan if he doesn't try at all. I will always be looked down upon. Father and Kraus are the worst kind of male supremacists. I wish they'd just fucking die already. Yeah! Ava, you're so cool! Ava Kid, you is so fucking cool! Funny. Just fucking die! Like, anytime anyone promotes even like a small obstacle to her, just fucking drop dead! Asshole!
Fucking die.
She would curse in my place. Words that I can't say carelessly. She would say for me, "This is the exact theory! This was my exact theory!" Even though I understood that she was just another part of myself inside of me, I felt like she was the only ally I had who would sympathize with me. God damn it! However, while sympathy might calm my heart somewhat, it wouldn't do anything to improve my current situation. In the end, she could only console me when I was dejected by reality, and for the amount of time that I needed to accept it. I had no idea what's going on. Okay, so there's this. The thing about Umineko is that it's simultaneously kind of operating on the idea that magic is real, and that everything that is being shown to the player is happening as presented. And it's also operating on the idea that magic isn't real, and this is all being fabricated through, like, things that a normal human being could do. Part of that is, like, Beatrice, the existence of Beatrice the Witch. And my theory for, like, how she is, like, quote-unquote real in, like, the real world is that she's, like, actually a split personality of Shannon and Cannon, who are split personalities of each other. This is my theory, of course. And I built this up over the last 2 chapters, and I've been freaking the fuck out, and I've been going on and on, back and forth, and I've been justifying it, and I've been finding things that are supporting it, and I'm like, I'm really confident, I'm feeling really confident, and then here comes Ava, who is just having that exact thing happen to them, with, like, no, like, yeah, that's just what's happening. My theory, the theory that I just had. It's fucked up. But also, like, I'm still like, well, that doesn't mean it's not true for them, for Beatrice, too. That just means that he's already thought of this idea. No, you should be happy for me. This is good. I'm right. Thank you. That's enough now. Now let's come to this. I'll become such a good lady that I'll surprise Father. I'll find an excellent man that Nissan can't even be compared with. No! Fuck you. Shut the fuck up.
True.
She rejected my timid thoughts. Thank you for the Shadow Wizard money, gang. I know why. Because she is me. I know why. Father says, or at least right now he says, that he won't let a woman succeed the head. That's never been anything more than a rule that Father's decided upon. Since father decided on it, he can also abolish it. People's feelings can change many more times than there are grains of sand on a beach. Even if we don't prove that Kraus is a stupid man, father will eventually realize it. At that time, the ridiculous wall that separates man from woman will be demolished by father, who set it up in the first place. That day will surely come. We just have to wait for Kraus to fuck up. We have to wait for him to fuck up so bad that there's no coming back. How can you say surely? Because that is my magic. You'll just believe this magic will surely create a miracle. The basis of my magic is nothing more than your believing heart. If I can use that magic, then surely until the day I die, I'll never have to doubt that someday I will become the head. I don't know if that's the right thing for Ushiromi Eva. Shouldn't I aim to become the kind of lady the father hoped for, someone he can take out into society and boast about? Father might take a better view of me if I was reborn. If I were reborn. Maybe my brother could find his own lifestyle, and I could find mine. Besides, no matter what, I can't imagine that my father, stubborn as he is, would not only allow a woman to succeed the head, but also skip my older brother and select me for the headship. You don't believe? I was just thinking. Maybe I can't succeed the head, but as a woman I can have a child. And Nissan still isn't engaged. If Nissan doesn't manage to have children, and I do, then wouldn't the next head after Nissan be my child? Wouldn't that basically mean the same thing as stealing the headship from Nissan? She's gonna be like, no, you wanted that ship for you, what the fuck? Are you serious? Yes, I'm serious. It will indeed be quite sad to throw away the determination from my years as a young girl. It will pain my heart to betray you, my younger self. She's betraying the magic. She's no longer a witch. But this way is the most realistic. In that moment, my body changed, and I was no longer myself from back then, but as I am now, a wife and mother. Yes, this is a dream. Even so, she still possessed the same ambition and desire as always, and she argued back, their expression displaying clear displeasure at this change. Are you throwing away your dreams? And are you even throwing me away? I'm not throwing anything away. I just thought I'd become an adult, and the time has come for us to go our separate ways. That's right. You've already become an adult. You've even forgotten how to use magic. You are now the mother of a child. You've forgotten the magic that can create your own dreams, and are now pushing those dreams onto your son.
Damn.
Even though you had your own life messed with so much by father and Kraus, you're pushing your dreams onto your son and messed with his life too.
Damn.
Damn. Ava's spitting.
Self-awareness is crazy.
Is that what being an adult's all about? George is my pride and joy. He won't embarrass me no matter where he goes. That dream that wasn't granted me might be granted to George. Just as grades and behavior aren't good at all. And she's a woman. If only Jessica would step down, George could become the heir. My heart pained even as I said it. Aren't I just forcing my own regrets onto George? Yeah, and aren't you also, like, establishing the exact same fucking, like, misogynistic standards and pushing those onto Jessica? What the fuck, dude? What happened to all this feminist shit? No, not a real ally. Aren't I just forcing my own regrets onto George? I don't have any right to disparage Jessica. And to hit her with the same words that caused me so much suffering is just horrible. Goddamn. She is immediately self-aware. I understand. Wanting to triumph over my brother was nothing more than my personal revenge. I mustn't use George for that. I think she just expects Jessica can't do it because she's not nearly as smart. Yeah, but also it's this. It's that same thing of, like, a woman isn't... Like, she is using that, like...
Liger!
Hey, Liger, what's up?
What is this little baby emo?
So I'll take revenge myself.
This was a little scary.
Whoa! So I'll take revenge myself. I have a plan to cheat Nissan out of some of his money with Rudolph and Rosa as my allies. I'll surely be able to get back at him. I mean, there's no doubt that Nissan is the best thing, father's assets.
How are you, Mike?
What a boring plan. Why don't you just give up and cry yourself to sleep forever? I love how, like, she's just like, the second you have disappointed me, go fuck yourself. You might as well just die.
Said, boring. You ever seen that cat tweet?
We would become the head of the Ushiromiya family. Don't try to confuse that dream. So believe me that you can definitely achieve it. Believe in my magic. If I believe, will the magic have power? I wonder. Yes, my magic can grant any wish without fail. I'll believe. I'll believe. So create a miracle with that magic. Hey, I debuted a scuffed up chibi model I purchased with channel points. It's funny as hell. Hell yeah. If you don't, the hole in my heart will never heal. I'm gonna go get an ice pack for my headache. Have fun with fucked up Umineko. Thank you, Barry. Thank you for sticking around. Hope your headache feels better soon.
I'm on water.
Yeah. Then go get water. No one's keeping you. And listen well to my magic words. And understand them. If we can solve the riddle, we can become the Ushiromiya family head. Oh my god, okay. Wait, are they finally focusing on the goddamn epitaph? Please! Please, for the love of God! So lend your ears and listen carefully. Oh, they're finally focusing on that motherfucker. God damn, I've been waiting for this. Finally, it's time for Umineko to start.
Deadass.
Alright, I'm gonna grab a drink before we start getting into epitaph shit, because you made me thirsty too. Yes, I'm drinking right out of the bottle. I live alone. Shut up. Also, the ARG to AI Somnium 2 is fucked up. Isn't that one on Twitter where, like, they had to vote for... They had to, like, make the votes even to avoid killing people? Because I remember that shit. That shit was fucking nightmarish.
I'm sorry, what?
Remember in the lead up to AI Somnium Files 2? Or like Nirvana Initiative or whatever the fuck? Like there was that Twitter thing where like they had like a bunch of kidnapped people, like they kidnapped a bunch of like random characters or whatever, and they were like, we're gonna kill, you have to vote for which one of these people we're gonna kill. If you manage to get the votes exactly even, then we won't kill either of them. And then it devolved to botting to kill Iris. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that.
That shit was weird.
It sucked.
It was not great. Still, I hope you enjoyed the second game. Or at least I hope... I'm not going to call you...
It was a good run.
Mm-hmm. I am not going to... I am actively choosing not to color your experience by saying what I think of that game. Behold.
That game broke my computer.
Yeah, it did. Behold, the Sweetfish River, running through my beloved hometown of old. You, who seek the Golden Land, follow its path downstream in search of the key. This track fucks, by the way.
Yeah, I love Umineko music.
Mm-hmm. I'm going through it with a very enthusiastic fan. Good for you. That's a good way to go about it. Oh! Oh, hey! Girly talk.
Woman jump scare.
Girly talk. Eva-san, it looks like we're about to arrive. As her shoulder was tapped by Kira, Eva jumped and awoke from her doze. This seems like more of a commercial vessel. It sounded like the one that they took before was like a smaller fishing boat.
Yeah.
As her shoulder was tapped by Kira, Eva jumped and woke from her doze. I'm sorry. I was half asleep. Sorry for surprising you. Auntie Eva, you were out cold. Did you get up early this morning? Who is this character? Oh, this is Kyrie. This is Battler's stepmom. I don't even want to like my thing in visual novels is occasionally I'll be like you as the player character or whatever. I'll just be like, yeah, this is your stepmom. But like Battler is like such a like a normal like character like I don't feel like any character is supposed to be like you beyond Battler being like the main character and the viewpoint character. Like he is definitely not like a like one of those self-insert things where you're like naturally supposed to like put yourself in his shoes.
Mm-hmm. He
But
is
yeah,
his
that's
own guy.
yeah. Did you get up early this morning?
まあね
I suppose.
恥ずかしいところを見せちゃったわ
Embarrassing. It must have looked quite disgraceful.
ごめんなさい
I'm sorry.
眠れるくらい
Pretty
余裕があ
impressed that
る
you're
のは
relaxed
大
enough to
したもん
sleep
だ
though.
ぜ
Why? Oh yeah, Jessica met them on the boat.
バートラなんか
Not like Battler. He's been yelling the whole time about how he's gonna fall and drown. I love how Battler just can't stand any kind of transportation. This man was not built to be moving.
I think it's cute that he has such a weird weakness.
Why is the camera doing this? Oh, it's because we're on a boat.
We're
It's
rocking
swaying.
on a boat. We're in the water.
Can't get bored with this dude around. Shut up! Everyone has one or two things that they don't like. Battler and Jessica went back out, squabbling merrily. Rudolph also made a face as if asking, "Are you alright? Get a hold of yourself. When you see the faces of Dad and the rest, all that sleepiness will go right out the window. Let's do our best to stay firm, alright?"
そうね
That's right.
特に今
We have
年
to
は
stay
しっかり
firm,
しないと
especially
ね
this year. That's it. Let's tense up our assholes and do this thing. I love how
I
like
love these
vulgar.
two.
I love how vulgar Rudolph is. He really does remind me of like a Yakuza guy.
It just makes so much sense that he's like
Kind of like a
Battler's
shady
dad.
Yeah. Because he's got like this like really intensely kind of shady vibe to him, even though he's like cool and like the way that like he's got that sleazy
He's a
charm.
bad boy womanizer.
He
Like
is.
a girl boss wife.
He is. But like the more I think about it, the more like yeah, Rudolph would just like he would fit into like a Yakuza plotline seamlessly. Yuno said these strict words in a small voice that only Ava could hear. They would not be tolerated in this year's family conference. All of their companies were hanging in the balance. Even Rudolph's face looked a little tense. Ava's expression probably looked tense as well. Asa.
母さん、荷物を持つ
Sharing
よ
the。love. Wow.
Asa.
Mother, I have our luggage.
甲板に上がろう。
Let's go up onto the deck.
ありがとう
I was like, what if I gave George a little Nancy boy voice?
That's exactly how she hears him, and actually, if we were looking through
Mother.
Ava's eyes, he would have like an angelic glow around him as well.
He'd be like, he'd have like his jawline would look like that Chad, like he'd have like the Chad face, it superimposed over his face.
There would be like cherry blossoms like flowing in the background, like
My
no matter
precious-
the season.
My precious baby boy, my precious baby boy. George is totally gonna die early in this one. Holy shit. Ava's gonna lose her fucking mind.
ジョージは本当に気
You
が
really are
利くわね
thoughtful, George.
どうして急
Why
に
are you
お礼
thinking
な
of
ん
me
か。
so suddenly? I'm kind of excited to see who's gonna die this time, because obviously Ava's gonna live, because she was our viewpoint for the flashback stuff.
It's just
it
like
is,
how will
it
this
is her
woman
turn.
fucking lose her marbles, you know?
This is her turn. This is her turn to be the woman with the gun. I'm gonna be very disappointed if a man ever ends up with that gun. That's for the wives. But yeah, no, George is totally gonna die early because George has like lived for like way too long in every single one of these, and we need a reason for Ava to just fucking lose it. Why do you think it'd be so
母さん
sudden?
らしくもない。
Not like you, mother. It's not like you, mother.
エヴァ
Ava! George!
到着やで
We've arrived!
荷物をまと
Gather
め
our
るんや
luggage! Ooh! Arrived! Arrived! I love you, Maria.
こらマリア
Shut up! Don't you talk to her! Don't you look at her! Don't you be in the same frame as her!
Oh my god!
Hey, Maria! You'll fall, so stop running! It seemed like Maria was already getting excited. Listen, Chapter 2 was a lot for Rosa. There was a lot of things that really shed light on their relationship and how it's like not it's very like a mixture of good and bad things. And then sometimes the good things are the bad things. Sometimes the bad things are the good things. But get the fuck away from this child still. She runs circles around Hideyoshi, escaping from Rosa, who's trying to catch her. Beloved. Here. That was a really good mutter.
Damn, that was
These
really
are
low
these
volume.
are really good mutters.
どうしたの、
Mhm.
母さん
What is the mother?
具合悪いの
Do you feel sick?
ジョージ
George, take the luggage and go on ahead.
母さんは貧
Your mother's probably anemic, so I'll lend her a hand.
わ
Is she anemic?
そう
Really?
分かったよ
I understand. I'll go on ahead. By looking at Ava's peculiar expression, Hideyoshi realized it had not been a pleasant awakening and made George go on ahead. He loves he knows his wife so well.
I know, I love them.
I
love
still am thinking about their thing where they're just kind of cuddling in bed after the murders have started to happen and be like, we after this is over, we're going on vacation, just the two of us.
I know.
Like that was such a such a real sweet moment. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and it really does like let you know that regardless of like how Ava normally is, like she does genuinely love her husband and her child so much. And I think that's like, I think for a character like Ava, that's like kind of vital that she does have people that she really does love with all her heart without any kind of like reservation or asterisk up like on that.
Which makes her so fucking awesome.
It does. Rudolph's family and Rosa's family also went up onto the deck, leaving only Ava and Hideyoshi inside the boat. Ava had a vague expression on her face, as though she still hadn't been able to escape from her daydream.
どないしたんや
What's wrong?
神妙な
Why the
顔
meek
して
face? He's like, that's not my wife. I
ジョージを自分の
wonder
復
if
讐
I've been
の道
using
具に
George
して
as
た
a
んじゃな
tool
い
for
か
my
し
own
ら
revenge. You kind of have, but it's also like really been in, like it's genuinely been in his like best interest though.
Yeah, like the dude is set for life.
Yeah, that like regardless of your intentions with what you did with George, the fact of the matter is that you have treated him as well, if not better. Like you have been an ideal mother to him.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was that shit with like with fucking Shannon that was like, okay, that was fucked, that was evil of you, but like other than that, like just completely perfect, like a perfect mother.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I get where she's coming from, but also like don't worry about it too much. Just stop thinking about it like that, I guess.
Just stop where you are right now.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, you're good. You have not fucked up at all yet, unlike Rosa, who is a terrible mother.
She's been fucking up since day 0.
Mhm. She's been fucking up since the moment of conception because, like, why that dude?
私の
I wonder if my childish hostility towards Nissan has caused me to treat that boy's life like a
あの
toy.
子の人生を自分のおもちゃにしてしまってはいないかしら。あ
What have I done?
あ、私
What
は
have I... What, you mean given your son a lot of love and a great education and set him up for success in the future?
そんなことあらへ
Oh,
ん
that isn't true.
ジョージは
George is our wonderful son, and he'll always perform admirably
わしら
wherever
の
he
自慢
goes.
の息子や仮に
Even if your own end's got a little mixed in, everything's turned out alright at the end, hasn't it? I love how that's immediately Hideyoshi's thought line. Like, this game is so good about, like, anticipating what the player is thinking, and then immediately being like, yeah, of course that's what people are thinking. Obviously, they're people, they're
It makes
human
them
beings.
so real.
Mhm.
エヴァはな
You haven't done anything wrong!
Anything wrong.
ジョージは
To the contrary, George is thankful for how
how
how you've been strictly disciplining him, right?
本当に
Really?
ねえ、本当
Hey, really?
ジョージは私のこと
Wonder, doesn't
嫌な
George think
母
I'm
さ
a
んだと思
horrible
ってない
mother?
かしら。
I need George to burst in like, no, I love you, Mom. Now, please, I need help with this luggage. Doesn't he?
そんなこと
He's never said anything like that, not even
口に
once.
したことあらへんでエヴァの
Yeah,
That's just
you'd
your
be like
need
locked
this-
in if that's the case.
Yeah, you're just being anxious for no reason because you're a woman.
Oh my god. What's wrong with you?
It's just like every single part of her life is just like, no, there's always just a little bit of misogyny in the background.
Kumasawa-san.
Kumasawa-san, Hideyoshi-san.
皆様、
Everyone has left the boat, you know.
おや
Oh, did you drop
何か
something?
落とし物ですか？お手伝いしまし
Shall
ょ
I
う
help
か？
you? Kumasawa had come to check on them when they hadn't come up from the deck. Hideyoshi hid Eva behind his back so that his expression couldn't be seen.
ああ、すまん
Yeah,
ちょっ
sorry.
とわし
My
の
necktie
ネ
pin
クタイ
just got a
ピン
little
が
crooked.
もう大丈夫や
Well, alright,
す
we'll
ぐ
be
行
out
く
in a
で
second.
外で待ってて
Wait outside for us.
I love
そ
them.
うですか。
Is that so? She's like, they were fucking making out. They're like kids again.
それでは
And I'll wait
表でお待ちいたしてお
outside.
ります。
From that almost incomprehensible excuse, Kumasawa-san realized something had come up and disappeared since it didn't trouble them further. If they stayed there any longer, they'd probably make everyone else worry too.
そろそろ行こうか
It's about time to
ジョ
go.
ージたちを
I
心
think George
配
and
さ
the
せ
rest
ても
worry. Am I
私、
really not despised by George?
本当にジョージに恨まれてない。
Yeah, you maybe shouldn't have, like, fucking threatened to kill that servant girl for, like, thinking that she had a shot. But other than that, you've been, like, pretty good, actually.
ああ
Yeah,
恨まれてなん
nothing to
か
the sort.
むしろ感
In
謝し
fact,
た
he's
ぞ
very grateful.
悪い夢
Do you have a
で
bad
うなされ
nightmare?
たんかまた
Again?
うん
Yes. Hideyoshi knew that it wasn't rare for Eva to be tormented by nightmares. They would always be more striking in the days leading up to the family conference. Hideyoshi knew that Eva's relationship with Kraus was still so full of antagonism that it could even be called trauma, and that she still couldn't separate herself from how she had felt as a child.
それは夢や
That was a dream.
わしが一緒
I'm
にい
with
る
you now.
こうして手
If I
を
grasp
ギ
your
ュ
hand tightly
ッと
like
握
this,
っとっ
that
た
dream
ら
will go flying
そんな
away.
夢もどっか行ってしまうでな
Right?
ほら
Look.
うん
Squeeze! He's so cute.
痛いわ。
That hurts.
ありがとう。
Thank you.
もう平気よ。
I'm fine now.
降りましょ
Let's get off the boat.
あ
Yeah,
降りようか
let's get off the
みん
boat.
な待たせてるで
Everyone's waiting for us.
う。
Um,
ごめんなさ
I'm
い。
sorry.
さ
ん
っき、
I'm
あなた
sorry
のタバコの
that I
煙のこ
yelled
と
at you
怒鳴ってごめんな
about
さ
the
い。
smoke from your cigarettes just now.
普段ならそんなこと
Come
で謝
on,
ら
you
んく
normally
せ
wouldn't
に
apologize for that sort of thing.
悪い夢
You all
見た後
frail
の
after
お
you've
前
had a
は
bad
気弱
dream.
でいかん気にするな
Don't
や
worry about
お
it.
前に煙が
I was
届い
wrong
て
for
いる
not
ことを
realizing that
気づかん
smoke
か
was
ったわし
affecting
が
me.
悪いんや
Every once in a while, I gotta remind myself that that's a
嫌いにな
fake
った。
accent.
Yeah.
Have you started to hate me? Because it's like one of the few things that we get about Hideyoshi that's just like, this is like basically everything else that we know about Hideyoshi is more or less surface level. Like we don't really get a lot of like a look behind his eyes, kind of. So like the one thing that we have to go on is that is a fake accent, and we have to kind of like let that color like what else we think about him.
Eva's such a girl. This is.
Have you
this is
started
such
to hate
a-
me? Yeah, I'm looking at this relationship, and I have been thinking, and I kind of have been thinking us like this whole time.
ならんならん
No, no way. Have you started?
Because
Sorry,
I'm too girl boss. What can I
Have-
say?
you started to hate me? No, no way.
この程度で
If I
嫌い
hated
なん
you
て
after
言うと
something
った
like
ら
that, we wouldn't have lasted 3 days. Yeah.
True.
Come on, stand up, stand up.
降りるで
Off we
降りる
go,
で
off we go.
秀吉様、エヴァ様、
Ava-san,
大丈夫ですか
is everything
お
alright?
体が優
You're
れ
not
ません
feeling
か
well. This time, Goda had come. It looked like they had been kept everyone waiting too long after all. Ava also stood up without grumbling this time. She couldn't keep focusing on her bad mood onto her husband, forcing her bad mood onto her husband, causing him more trouble. Because that was not something a good wife would do.
大丈夫ですか
Is
体
everything
調
alright?
が気になられ
You're
る
worried
よう
about
で
your
したら
health. Shall I call Dr. Nancha?
ありがとう。
Thanks.
ちょっと貧血
I'm just a
気味
little
でもう
anemic.
大丈夫。
I'm alright now.
婦人病中
Ah,
やっちゃ
just her hormones. Don't worry about it. Strong periods, you know how it goes.
もう
Goodness sake.
そんなの人
Don't
に
say
言わ
stuff
な
like
い
that
で
for the
よ。
people.
恥
It's
ずかしいわ。
embarrassing.
おうす
Oh,
まんすまん
sorry. Ava elbowed Hideyoshi in the gut. By that time, her normal expression had returned, which allowed Hideyoshi to relax a little. I'm drinking apple cider in solidarity with Eddie, even though it is adult apple juice.
I want apple juice.
I know you do.
Hmm.
The bright sunlight outside was almost enough to make a person go giddy. A small plank was lowered to get off the boat. Goto was waiting there, smiling and ready to lend them a hand.
どうぞエヴァ様
Please, Eva
お手
sama.
を
Your hand.
ありがとう。
Thank
六
you.
軒島へ
Welcome to
よう
Rokenshima.
おかえりなさい。
Welcome back. Who? Oh, god damn it. She's gonna be talking to her tulpa this whole chapter, isn't she? Huh? When she left the boat, it seemed to Eva as though she had heard the voice of her young self saying, "Welcome back." But it hadn't seemed that way. Someone had said welcome back to her. After becoming a shameless adult, the voice of her younger self was distant.
私は何
What am
の
I
ために
living
生きて
for?
何をどうすれ
What
ば
can I do to release myself from this
私はこ
obsession?
の猛襲から解き放たれるというの。
Hideyoshi heard her talking to herself. He drew Eva close to him by her shoulder, and just by his firmness, he communicated that there was no need to say anything more. Maybe it was because the typhoon was getting closer. The lively cries of the seagulls, which usually greeted them when they arrived, couldn't be heard at all. Wow.
Sorry, I was Googling something. I just wanted to double check something.
I see. Umineko has tulpas. Kersha, that's literally been the basis of my, like, Beatrice, like, Shannon canon theory this whole time.
Tulpas? What's that?
Tulpas. Basically, it's like, you delude yourself hard enough. You know how, like, manifesting is?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what if you delude yourself into thinking a person is real hard enough, and then they are real?
I see.
6 years ago, you said.
何しろ
I mean, 6 years, that's like the whole of elementary school, isn't it? Are we back to Battler's perspective?
覚えてろっ
It's
て
pretty unfair to ask me to remember, don't you think?
そうだね
I agree, especially since we were so young. We've grown a lot these 6 years. Actually, if we hadn't been introduced, maybe we wouldn't have been able to maybe we wouldn't have been able to remember you.
そうかな。
You think?
私は
I knew it was Battler right
すぐに
away.
分かったぜ。口を聞いて
After he opened his mouth, I was
最後
even
に
more sure. This is not a compliment.
マリア
I met him
No.
for the first time. Manifest a stronger, cooler version of yourself. Yeah.
6年前
try my
the stronger, cooler version of yourself is you from middle school. Met it for the first time. Don't know about 6 years ago.
そうですよね
Oh, that's
マリア
natural.
様
You were only 3 after all.
それを言われたら
You
俺
say it
も
like that, I'm the same.
3歳の
I only knew
しか知ら
Maria
ない
when she was
マ
3
リア
years old. Since she's grown so big, yeah, no wonder I didn't recognize her.
そりゃわからねえわけだぜ
I love watching Battler and the cousins interacting, like whenever like there are big murders happening, because like there's just such a natural chemistry between them, and like Battler's so good with kids. After lunch, we had all gone out to the beach to walk around, take it easy, enjoying ourselves. Our parents appeared somehow on edge and seemed to have things to catch up on, so we decided to leave our seats. Just as you expect. Since it had been 6 years, the conversation focused on me.
しかし
Still, you really
本当に背
got
が伸びて
taller.
ね僕も低い
I
つ
wouldn't
もり
call
はない
myself
けど
short, but anyways, your
とに
height
かくその
surprised
身
me.
長には驚いたよ
そうですね
That's right. I remember well what
6年
Battler's
前の
Tama
バ
was
トル
like
様
6 years ago,
よ
but I
く
was
覚え
surprised
ており
even
ますわ
so.
だな
Totally.
6年
I
前
never
の
could
バ
have
トル
imagined
は
this is how Battler
想
looked
像
6
がつ
years.
かないくらいだっ
This
た
from
ぜ
how Battler looked 6 years back.
みんな
I'm surprised at how everyone remembers so much about 6 years ago.
覚えて俺なんかか
My
なり
memory's all
記憶があや
hazy.
ふやだってのによ
He's a forgetful bitch. This is correct.
だろうな
Not surprised.
私たち
I
の
mean,
こ
you
とを
seem to
思い
take
出
a
す
while
の
even
に
remembering us.
あれはちょっ
That
と
hurts a bit, you know?
いや
Come on, this was 6 years ago, right?
覚えてろって
It's
方が
ridiculous to
いい
ask
ん
me
だ
to
よ
remember.
6年前のことです
So you can't remember things that happened 6 years ago very well? This is going to be a plot point later. This is going to be some shit that happened 6 years ago on this island. Maybe involving Shannon? But it's
You
going to be
only feel
some...
that way because she's just looking deeply into your eyes right now.
I think it's like that.
'Cause I think-
It really does.
I feel like if this one screen right here didn't exist, you wouldn't have thought anything about this. But like looking, her
Oh, there's
looking
something
at
of-
you in your soul.
There's something about this like scene with like this particular only like Shannon in the center of the frame that's like, it really does feel like she's looking at the camera. She's like, so you don't remember things from 6 years ago, huh? Remember that! Remember that he can't remember that shit!
God, I can't with Shannon stare for real.
It really is. It really does
Like,
have like
why?
it's how do I want to put it? It's got like Monica Doki Doki Literature Club energy.
Yeah, it's kind of like unsettling.
Mm-hmm. I can remember clearly as if it was yesterday. Oh no, Battler, what did you do? Battler, what did you do?
Close your eyes. Close your eyes.
Battler, Battler, what the fuck did you do to Shannon 6 years ago? What happened between you two?
Now I kind of feel like she hurt us.
Yeah.
シャノンは記憶力がいい
That's
から
because your
な
memory is good, Shannon.
6年前に
Especially remember well what kind of things Battler did and said 6 years ago,
言ってい
dude.
たとかよく覚
Okay,
えて
so
るんじゃない
clearly
か
their relationship 6 years ago was kind of important to her, or something. I don't
think
know.
He's just teasing him.
No, I'm not basing it off of that. Well, I mean, like, George reiterating this is, like, really confirming it for me. But, like, the way Shannon said that was fucking weird.
She got
hmm.
a flex.
She does. Is George, like, the second choice? Is George the backup option?
I'm dead.
Listen.
I
This one
blame
makes
her.
sense to me. This one makes sense to me only because, like, if there was any other guy who was around your age range, it would be the other person and not George. George would never be the first choice. I'm sorry, George. You are genuinely, like, a really, like a nice dude aside from the weird grooming shit. And, like, the power dynamics. And, like, you not thinking about that. But you are, like, second place. You are, like, the second place finisher in all cases. Come to think of it, that's right. Shannon's memory is surprisingly good when it comes to certain things. Like, you know, her ex. From when we were kids. He's way too old to not have considered that, yeah. He is. He's listen, he has all characters in Umineko have flaws. George's is being a little too boring and also not thinking about the dynamics of a relationship. I'm crappy at remembering, unless it's magic, in which case I will fucking read you the book verbatim. Remember fun stuff well, but horrible at boring stuff. We all laugh saying everyone was like that. Shannon, by the way, what was Battler like 6 years ago? Remember any interesting episodes? Oh, this is super... Eddie! The fact that we're still harping on this is like, no, it's definitely a thing. Let's see. I'm sure he said something like this when he left. I'll be back. Oh my fucking
The
god.
voice acting?
Wait, that's really good.
Wait, listen.
I can't tell if...
The
Okay.
springy noise effect.
That is... The springy noise effect is pretty good. I can't tell if this is just a joke or if this is going to come back later in some way. The way that they're doing this as a gag is so funny. I am now completely, like... It's a toss-up. It's a 50-50 shot. Like, the coin is in the air.
Was See You Again in English?
See You Again was in English, yes.
He's so fucking corny.
Yeah, like imagine being like, it's like me being like, I'll be back. It's like, I'll see you around.
See you again.
Sayonara.
Sayonara.
Yeah.
Shanan-chan.
He's Kenichi Smith. He always talks stuff to his elders. And trains with his 44 Wesson revolver every day. Oh no, I was cringe! Anyways.
そうですね。確かお帰りの際はこうおっしゃっていました。また来るぜ、See you again。きっと白馬にまたがって迎えに来るぜ。
See you again.
See you again. She says it so
I'm-
sweetly.
She's like, no, I was cringe!
You know what? I wouldn't want to remember that either if I was Battler.
I'm just thinking to myself, what if this is the trauma that caused her to develop the tulpa? Battler didn't come back. Because, like, let's be real, Shannon's super weak to that sort of approach. There's no way she's not. She was definitely into it.
I see your points.
You are being very quiet. I'm so right.
I'm listening to music, dog. I'm not allowed to comment that much either.
That's fine. Shannon, like, I'm just imagining saying that to Shannon, who's, like, so in love with the idea of love. Like, there's no way in hell she wouldn't be like, this is, like, incredible, it's changing my life, I'm going to hold out hope, and then he doesn't come back for 6 years. That would really hurt. And then, plus, everything else that's going on.
He looks fine to me.
I bet he did, I bet he did! That's exactly what he was like 6 years ago, he was always full of those stupid lines!
Damn!
That's my fiance. Really does sound like something Battler would have said back then. Embarrassing. Cringe. Cringe. Ooh.
She wants to laugh too.
Yeah. Battler, why are you like this?
The only time we see Battler cry is when people die in this.
Horribly
apparently.
embarrassed. Yeah, I'm sure that you were like, I'm sure that when you were in middle school, you want to say embarrassing things like that. When that happens, write it on the back of some leaflet first, read it 3 times before you say it out loud! This is such a good rule, but also, goddammit, he was so cringe in middle school, I can tell. If you don't, you'll definitely regret it. Still, everyone has to pass through that painful period. That's right, that's how you know your place. Learn shame and become an adult. Me dropping a few cheesy romance lines, Shannon. Oh. Like, Eddie, she was still blushing when she said that shit 6 years later when she is with his cousin. She is going to marry that man.
That is a bit fucked.
And she still blushed.
Maybe George should take some notes.
George, I don't want to say that you're gonna get cucked, but like your wife is like she's gonna be weak to that shit. Sorry, dog. Yes, this is a memory I want to disappear. The bittersweet kind of thing that everyone does in adolescence as they transition to becoming adults. George already did some cheesy shit, yeah, but she did. But you know what? His cheesy shit isn't as like Battler delivers it better. I think Battler's like, it's just like what she likes about George. Battler is just that, but better.
Holy shit!
I'm being completely serious. This is not like this is like a joke, but I'm very for real about this. He does have more riz. He is just better at this approach than like George is.
Okay, to be fair though, Battler's dad is Rudolph, the womanizer.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, no, true. He gets it honest. Mm-hmm. But it is real. It is genuinely flirting versus harassment.
Oh my fucking god!
Isn't it? Isn't it?
That's too funny. You're so fucked up.
Like, he was a cringe middle schooler, and it was already more her type than George is right now. You see, I tend to let my mouth run wild without thinking too much, so I don't remember all the details of everything I say. This is on purpose to protect me from myself. Yeah, exactly! I look at Battler and I'm like, that's me. He's just like me for real. But when the contents are recited back to me afterwards, it's always something extremely embarrassing. In recent years, I have finally come to understand this weakness, but have been working hard to refrain from such careless outbursts, but it seems I was just bored with the habit of speaking without thinking, and there isn't a lot I can do about it. Do you remember any other embarrassing things?
Hell yes.
Yes, I remember various other things, but since it looks like the person in question wants to forget them, I think I will refrain from saying anymore. She's still blushing. She's still blushing. They were totally cute little like teeny bopper fucking like sweethearts. Holy shit, dude. I need more water. But like damn. George, I'm sorry. Watch out. Watch out, George.
Watch out, George.
Bro, you have to get that ring on that finger immediately for your own sake. Alright. To be blunt, there's nothing else I remember. Please don't remind me. No, Shannon, get revenge. Avenge your broken heart, gal. Well, that's just what Beatrice is. Wait a second, is this why Beatrice is so obsessed with Battler? Oh my god. Oh my god.
Sorry, I'm reading something. What?
So, like, if we're going by the theory, like, that, like, Beatrice is, like, part of Shannon, Beatrice just has the part of her that was, like, really into Battler.
That would make sense.
This also means that canon works out! Yeah, let's go!
No, stop. Don't
Eddie.
tell me you've logicked all the way over here just for you to be like, yowie!
No. This is just a really strong side benefit for me personally, because I'm like, these vibes are toxic. I kind of love it.
I want to let you know, since day one, that there has been like, but Battler and canon though, like...
Yeah, like, what if Battler and canon, like, fucked? It would be really taut and really toxic. They hate each other so much, but then they would kiss. Shannon's bullying Battler? Bad! Bullying is bad!
Yes,
I love you, Maria.
yeah.
Battler canon is probably a popular ship. I wouldn't know. I'm not allowed to look up anything even slightly related to Umineko until we're done. I'm sure I'm sure we can get like a list of tags on like AO3 and see what the comparison is, but
actually I don't even know why I'm trying to see if there's anything, because like this is about like yaoi shipping in like the early 2000s. Like,
oh yeah, no, it's going crazy.
And a lot of it's gonna be pretty bad.
Oh yeah. No, this is gonna be some cringe like mid 2000s yaoi girl teenager like fix, and that's great. I'm so happy for them. Give me that. Mm-hmm. Give me some.
Mm-hmm.
Let's leave it at that, okay? I can't wait until we get the revelation that actually turns out that that like every relationship in this game is like actually turbo fucked, except for Ava and Hideyoshi. That's the only one that's good. I mean, it is obviously like turbo fucked, but you know, I think the worst of that era is relegated to Hentalia. Yeah, but I know a ton of like girlies. Like, how do I want to put this? There's a very specific subset of like the anime fangirl like scene that is like very visual novel focused, and I know Umineko was fucking huge around that time because like Higurashi had already come out. So like I know in my heart that there are legions of like female Umineko fans. That this shit is like crack to them. This is also me looking at you, Eddie. I know that like you're not exempt from this.
What are we talking about? Crack?
I'm talking about how like Umineko specifically is like crack to like a very, very big subset of like the anime fangirls out there.
Hey yo, listen.
Yeah.
It is, but that's mostly because when you really think about it statistically, most fandoms are mostly made of women.
That's true. That is true. Fandom
It's
activity has
bound
always
to happen
been
no matter
yeah.
what.
I should have watched Igarashi in middle school. Yes, but so many people did, and then they went right into Umineko.
Me.
Yep, exactly. The pipeline is there.
I mean, why wouldn't you? If you watched Higurashi in middle school and you were like, yeah, I like this, obviously the next step would be like, well,
Umineko.
what else has the creator made?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, one second. Drop one of my fish chips. My shrimp chips. Oh no, the glint! But Shannon, you'll tell me about it sometime Battler comes around. It sounds pretty interesting. I need blackmail material.
So evil.
Also, please don't tell me that you were like really into him. I'm gonna cry if you were really into him. What do you mean it wasn't like a pure first love? That's why I specifically dated a 15-year-old. No, you can't, Shannon-chan! For a while, George Aniki teased me by pretending to ask Shannon-chan for more of my embarrassing misspeaks. Clippers, no! Middle school was my shonen anime arc. I was willing to fight anyone over nonsense. Yeah, listen. For all the talk of it, like, mostly being a Japanese convention of, like, chunibyo, like, middle school is for finding yourself through cringe and then realizing that you have to learn shame. Anyways, I refuse to believe that Canon and Battler isn't, like, a huge ship. Isn't, like, there are, like, a bunch of things. I think it's, like, obviously, Battler and Beatrice is, like, clearly more popular. Like, there's no way in hell that it's not. That man was naked, chained up on the floor next to her. There's no way. But, like, there's no way Canon isn't right up there. George Aniki was messing around and teamed up with Shannon-chan. But he seemed to, how to describe it, very candid and frank. He was always frank with his cousins, but he usually took on a reserved, gentlemanly attitude when he came in contact with servants. When I thought about it, I got the feeling he was acting a little overly familiar, which seemed slightly weird. Like, even Battler's like, this dynamic is a little fucked up, but alright, weird. Maria started scribbling in the sand with a stick, and George Aniki and Shannon-chan joined in, which left me and Jessica off to the side, so I asked her secretly.
Yo, Jessica.
Yo! The delivery is so good.
Yo,
Jessica. Is George Aniki, going out with Shannon-chan? I love how, like, she's like, oh my god, he can tell immediately. My anime middle school experience was sitting around with the art class table doodling while a 13-year-old tells me without a shred of irony that I would love High School of the Dead because of the interesting plot. That's fucked up. That's fucking crazy. How the hell did you notice? He's like, actually, he's really good at reading people. Badly, you got more of an eye for people than I thought. Jessica's like, if I could somehow get him to come with me to, like, my high school thing, we could kill the gossip table. We could go crazy. What? I'm just kidding, they're actually going out? Shut the fuck up! Your voice is too loud! They're actually keeping it secret for now, apparently, alright? It'd be better if nobody heard about it, especially Auntie Ava. I see. Love with a servant. Like, even like Battler's like, that's kind of fucked, dude. Yeah, but since when? Oh, what can happen in 6 years? Still, Aniki really is talented, and Shannon-chan is kind and spirited. It might be a pretty good match. Actually, 6 years ago, I remember taking notice of her just a little bit. Oh my god, it's so important! Oh my god, this is so important! Oh, Eddie! Oh, I'm so in there! Oh, I'm so correct! I'm so right! There's no way this isn't like one of the most important things we're gonna learn this chapter.
Are we so back, y'all?
Mm-hmm. You know what? I'm gonna be bold and say that we never left! I've always been winning! I've never lost!
Let's go.
I started taking notice of her. That's how it is. She really fits well with George Aniki. Nothing I can do about that. Goodbye, my fleeting first love of 6 years ago. Oh, don't worry. You're still gonna get her. It's just gonna be a really weird thing where you're splitting time with your cousin.
Two hands.
Shannon has two hands, Beatrice has two hands, and importantly, Canon has two hands. Oh my god, every single cousin except for Maria is going to be in a relationship with the servant. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait a second. 3 ways? 3 ways? Damn, girl, you have 3 hands between 3 people. Which just means that my collection of embarrassing lines that Shannon Chan just held back on probably has something to do with that. Oh, I can't take it. How long have they been going out? Depends on what you call going out, but I say it's definitely been at least a year. Count the time before either of them confessed, it'd be several years, I guess.
Damn.
Ew. Ugh. The less time that they...
How, like, she would have been younger, right?
Well... The less time that they've spent together, the better. For like the age gap, you know. Before I realized the two of them had separated themselves from the group and were walking down the beach, talking about something. They looked calm, and rather than a light relationship between 2 lovers, it looked more like a serious relationship, as though they were already engaged. 6 years. That's a long ass time. What are those 6? What do these 6 years mean to me? I've just gotten taller. Yeah, it's just a waste of time. 6 years I spent obstinately fighting with my dad. This is a really good side profile. This is new. This is a new sprite.
No, it's not good, but it exists. We can acknowledge it.
It's definitely new. This is he looks like a monkey a little bit from this side. There's something about his nose and like the shape of his like lips and jawline.
Yep, it's not that good.
It gives me like weird Lupin vibes, which means he's a monkey.
Monkey. Him and his tiny fucking ears.
Mm-hmm. Right, you Battler. You got a girlfriend? No. No woman can stand me. I wonder. There's a lot of girls I play with. Oh, Battler, this is like you're obviously lying, but why do you have to lie in such a weird, gross way? They don't have that special one yet. I'm probably just a kid. I think it's more fun to be noisy with, especially a large group of people, than being alone with one person. That's so you, Battler. Take your relationships with your female friends seriously. Girls can be scary with their communities and their wrong impressions, okay? Crazy! There could be some secret feud going on over you, and someone might be crying or being hurt without you noticing it, you know? You know, like Shannon was, for 6 years, resulting in the development of Beatrice and Canon.
I feel like that's kind of extra. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm so right. That's so weird. I think I got the same bit of advice from one of the girls in my class just last week.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, Battler. What's with that? Why can't we all have fun together? We all really want to find a special person that badly? I don't know. You kind of got chained up by a girl last time, so listen, dude. It's probably because you've never had a partner like that, Battler. I'll probably run into a girl like that at some point. Probably within the next 3 days.
Probably
just gotta wait it out.
Next 24 hours.
Uh-huh.
Maybe at midnight.
She is walking onto the beach right now. What? Almost sounds like you found a partner like that. What about you? Have you gotten a boyfriend? Huh? Me? No! What? Like, bro, this is too easy. Come on, make me work for it. From the looks of it, there's some boy that you're thinking about, but you haven't been able to confess that to him yet, something like that. He's too good! Why can't we polyamory, Battler? Battler, I hate to break this to you. You guys you and your cousins don't have a choice in the matter.
God.
そういうわけでは
That's cram it, jackass. Who cares about me?
話を振ってきた
You're the one who brought up the subject. Why do you have to go and get mad at me? Women are just creatures who ask questions, who always ask questions, and yet they almost never answer them. I'm still kind of a weird misogynist. What cruel creatures, seriously. You gotta stop listening to your dad, Battler. That's definitely something he heard from his fucking dad at some point. Okay, I did try. Confess once. Well, I struck out pretty badly.
ごめんなさい
Did they say sorry? No, well, it was really one-sided, and they were just, like, taken aback, I guess. It's like they didn't even view me that way.
そりゃそうだ
I can understand that. You talk just like a man. You don't act a little bit more elegant. You won't be able to entice a man's heart, you know? Jesus Christ, Battler! Battler, you should kill yourself a little bit. Is it really the way I speak? Really that bad? Well, he's like, oh god, wait, that was real, that was real. She's really insecure, I need to backpedal. How you talk isn't everything, but if it's someone like you, who usually talks badly, suddenly starts making an effort to talk nicely, that takes courage, and that might really get some guy's heart thumping, maybe. How do I backpedal? How do I backpedal? Oh god, oh no. Really? I see. Yeah. Jessica suddenly started speaking meekly and was faintly blushing. I see, even though her confession didn't go well, looks like she still hasn't given up. Yeah, I totally get that. After seeing how close George Aniki and Shannon have gotten, it's no wonder she'd start wanting a boyfriend. 6 years. Those 6 years of puberty are pretty important. They go by so fast. The typhoon approaching, the clouds have grown steadily grayer, and yet, even so, I had this really refreshing feeling. Maybe I'll start thinking more seriously about the opposite sex, more than just the size of their boobs. Thanks, Battler. By the way, I know George Aniki is going out with a servant, Shannon-chan. Not you as well, right? He's like, listen, that relationship dynamic's super fucked. I'm really glad I don't have to worry about both my cousins being in like that sort of a relationship. Why do you think that?
Oh, God.
Time to think of it, that young kid Cannonhood who greeted us in the Rose Garden, he's pretty sexy, huh? I'd like to get a little bit of that, if you know what I mean.
I hate you.
You covered for him just a bit, quite a bit, considering he was bad at talking, didn't you? No, that's not. You're too suspicious. Then tell me just this one thing. Oh, you're close. Right now. Is this boy you're after somewhere else? It's this boy you're after somewhere within 1 kilometer. That's I don't know. Cannonhood is the only boy on this island who could possibly become her boyfriend. But judging by her reaction, I'm probably right on. I don't think that the Yushiromiya family is a noble family, but 2 people in love with their servants. I never dreamed the 2 pairs of Romeo and Juliet would be right next to me. I love how he's like almost like there. He's like, this is weird, but he's going in like a star-crossed lovers kind of way instead of like, this power dynamic is kind of fucked, actually. Auntie Ava would probably become an obstacle to George Aniki and Shannon-chan's love. Auntie Ava learns that the partner of her only shone the apple of her eyes, Shannon-chan. She'd probably just scream at her with cries of the wretched servant, homewrecker, and so forth. The relationship between Jessica and Cannonhood would probably be just as full of difficulties. And Natsuki also seemed the type to be strict about that kind of thing. After all, Jessica's husband would probably become the head of the Yushiromiya family in the future. That person had once been a servant working for the family. No doubt things would be complicated. Well, everyone finds their... He's like, well, now that I'm done thinking about problems, fuck it, who cares? Anyone finds their own way in love. Who cares, as long as you find someone you enjoy being with. Being with someone doesn't require any permission as long as the 2 people accept each other. Oh, that's really ironic, Battler. Only as long as you don't accept her, you can be together. Yeah, if you worry about your parents or your family, then you lose. Don't forget that. You can't go out with somebody with half-hearted feelings. Can't believe you're saying something so philosophical sounding when you've never even been in love.
恋は損得感情です
Don't
よ
treat love like a matter of profit and loss. It's about heart.
俺が言いたいことはそんだけさ
Wait, I think he actually said heart in English. I'm gonna go back. That's all I want to say.
See you
Well then.
He's the same.
Have a nice day
He is the same.
He is the same.
恋は損得感情でするなよハートでしろよ
Heart.
俺が言いたいことはそんだけさんじゃな See you again Have a nice day
Have a nice day.
Have a nice day.
長寿兄さんシャーノン聞いてパートだったらこいつ
This guy, he's just said another one of those lines.
何も言ってないって
I didn't say anything. I didn't say shit. Don't make fun of me. Don't make fun of me. Battler's so good. I really love Battler. It's a shame, like he's got like those like little bits of like misogyny here and there, because otherwise he's just so perfectly entertaining as a protagonist.
No,
I heard.
Perfect.
Maria's like, I heard. I'm snitching too. This is really cute. This is so cute.
So cute.
This is so cute. For a while we forgot. For a while we forgot about the wind getting stronger. Played around on the beach. It's such a shame that it always gets into murder because like these opening bits are always so cute. This meeting with my cousins, who had grown so much over these last 6 years and were thoroughly enjoying their youth, felt truly refreshing. It was a little late now, but I realized that I should have buried the hatchet a lot sooner and returned to the Ushiromiya family. It sure is nice to spend time together as cousins every once in a while. I like it with all the cousins together. It's fun! That's right, we're all already old enough. It's not like we couldn't meet each other when our parents aren't around. Except for you, Maria. You probably need supervision, but your mom's a bitch. Might not be a bad idea for just us cousins to meet up to play every once in a while. It's a good plan. Maybe we should set up something like that someday. I agree. I like for us cousins to at least always be friendly with each other. It's so funny how like polar opposite their parents are. They are from their parents.
I know, it's awesome.
I think it's really telling that like despite like the weird shit and like fixations and like the trauma that like the parents went through, they all kind like, with the exception of like Kraus probably, they all like do really good to try to do right by their kids for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and like their kids are all like they made sure to not like taint their kids with like their own like traumas and hang up with their relationship with their other family members. So like the kids all get along. None of them are like, yo, your dad's a bitch to my mom or whatever. Like,
yeah,
they're all just like, yeah, no, we're cool.
Yeah, it is interesting to see that.
Yeah, no, it is genuinely like, despite like the shortcomings of their parents in a lot of different ways, it is genuinely a very big point in their favor. Hey, if you put the emphasis there, just to make it sound like our normal families don't get along well, they don't, Battler. Georgiana can just laugh, but it felt just a little strained. They know. I say too much? I said too much. Judging by how our parents had made quiet expressions and tired faces every once in a while during the boat ride and at the airport, maybe that was something I shouldn't have said. That's right. Just like Jessica said, let's always be friendly with each other. Me too. Everyone friendly. That's right. Yeah. We'll always be together, except when we all die. We'll always be friendly. They are gonna kill each other this time. Holy shit!
Let's fucking go.
Man, we've been saying some pretty embarrassing stuff. It's kind of awkward. I think that's very important. Hard for people to always be friendly, let alone always be together unless they wish for it. That's right. You can't really take everyone being friendly for granted. The witch I know said it. Happiness won't be granted unless everyone believes in it.
確かにね、信
That's
じる
right.
力には
That's true. Maybe
魔
some
法が
magic
宿る
exists
か
in
も
the
しれ
power
ない
of belief.
それを全員
We
が
all
信
believe
じ
in
た
that.
なら
I'm sure it'll bring us
きっ
happiness.
と幸せを運んできてくれるだろうね。
よし。
Alright, now the next most embarrassing thing.
私たちはみん
Let's
な
all
に
swear to
信
believe
じ合
together,
って誓う
alright?
ぜ。みんないつまで
That
も
we'll
仲良
always,
しで
all always be friendly. That we'll always be happy. Screw becoming like our parents. Searching for everyone's weakness, for each other's weaknesses, going after grandfather's fortune. Screw all that forever.
お
Alright,
私はみんな
we'll always be friendly and happy. And then let's all believe in that. Said the children of the idol of the rich. No matter how long it had been, or how much fun we were having, it didn't stop the dark clouds from approaching Rokenjima. I wonder if the typhoon will pass and show us the refreshing sky before we leave this island. Who gives a crap about what our parents are plotting? Who gives a crap about the inheritance and the honor of our old family? We're yet so young and renewing our old friendship, and every one of us believes that we can, that together we can all be happy. So I want this day to end without anything weird occurring, in peace and happiness, calmly. Bro, bro. No, not I want it to end. Please, let it end. Ah, you fucking thought! Ah, you fucking thought! In your dreams! I'm gonna kill you so hard! I'm gonna kill all your fucking family again and again and again! God damn you! Damn it! Don't show up! Don't appear! God damn, damn! Sorry to keep you waiting! The new game has finally been prepared! Come, let us begin this tale of tragedy! Come to me, rain, winds, typhoon! Cut off this island from the real world! Throw Rokenjima into another world, into the netherworld, into a world of fantasy! He's like, shit, god fucking damn it! And so, the tale repeated for the third time. However, before the Endless Witch, what point in there was counting 1, 2, or 3? There was probably no point at all. After all, this tale of fantasy would be repeated endlessly until the match was settled, and either Battler or the Witch surrendered. The sky grew dark and cloudy, the rain and wind were summoned together and became a typhoon. And Maria could be seen in the rose garden, paying no mind to the rain that had started falling, going around in circles, searching for that single rose which she had surely marked. Not here. Not here. The rose we marked. My rose isn't here. Maria definitely remembered it. The rose that had been in the flower bed right here. And yet it wasn't. She didn't know what to do with her irritation and not being able to find something which should have been there. And moaning bitterly, she couldn't help but going back and forth in circles around the same spot. She was acting almost as though she would be able to see it if she looked at a different angle. But try as she might, there was no way she could find something that wasn't there. The wind grew increasingly stronger, and the rain turned into cold, large drops. There was no way Maria wasn't bothered by this. However, she couldn't find a rose here, which would surely disappear forever. Maria believed that. That feeling spurred her on to keep searching for a rose that she had no chance of finding. Just then, the cool drops of rain that were tormenting Maria had suddenly blocked. Maria raised her head. It's Ava. When she did, she saw that an umbrella was open there, protecting her from the rain. The one holding that umbrella was... Oh, hey, Beatrice. Never mind. The witch that she admired, Beatrice. What are you doing so frantically in the middle of all this rain? I like it when Tete makes Maria noises. Thank you. I like to think that at heart I am also a 9-year-old girl making who's like really into witches. You could catch a cold like this. Even witches have to care for their own health. My rose, I can't find it. Ooh, no matter how many times I search, even though it definitely was here, I can't find it. Maria told Beatrice about how there had been a slightly unhealthy, pitiful rose, and that she was sure they had marked it. Ho ho! And you can't find it. You are a witch apprentice, that you should use magic to search for the rose. I believe that as long as you search with merely your eyes, it won't be nearly enough. Can't find it. Did my best and tried to search with magic, but can't find it. Well, this is certainly ideal for practicing your magic. It might be a little too much for you with all this wind and rain. Allow me to lend you some special power. I do love that Beatrice does seem to genuinely have like a soft spot for Maria, even if she's not above like using Maria to fuck with Rosa.
Mm-hmm.
I think I know what happened to the rose. It became Beatrice? It's like the one in Beatrice's hair, maybe?
The rose.
Gauros. Concern for one's disciples, also among the duties of the master. Thank you! Maria's face, which had been full of sadness until just now, split open with a grin. This is your real mom, kid.
No more Rosa. Only Rose.
Maria knew. She knew that there was nothing Beatrice and magic couldn't do. So she was sure that Beatrice could easily be able to find the rose that she couldn't find herself. Beatrice closed her eyes lightly, acting as though she was listening for something in all this wind and rain. Then she heard it, opened her eyes, and spoke. All things in this world are transitory. It is unfortunate, Maria. It seems as though that your rose couldn't withstand all this wind and rain. My roses, it was uprooted by the wind and is no longer of this world. What Beatrice had said was certainly plausible. There was something odd about the flower being broken off at the stem in the strong wind. However, Maria couldn't accept this and bitterly gave a low-pitched moan. No. Well, Beatrice is like, she got it. She got it. Oh, thanks, Kirsten. Thank you, Kirsha. After I said that, I'm like, this is almost assuredly being clipped right now by somebody.
And linked immediately.
Oh, yeah, for sure. No. It's my rose. My rose has to come back. I'll bring it back to life with my magic. Beatrice, teach me how to revive a rose with magic. It's much too early for an apprentice like you to be learning the hidden art of endless magic. Know your place. Moira wiped the tears from her face, full of regret. Seeing that expression, which so invited pity, Beatrice shrugged her shoulders and chuckled. Very well. I will lend you power for the hidden art that can revive a rose. Really? Yes. Well then, concentrate the power of your heart. Close your eyes, forget the rain, forget the wind, and search for the soul, the wandering rose with the eyes of your heart.
Yes.
Yeah. Maria closed her eyes. Then she repeated Beatrice's poem-like words. Come, try to remember. Rose, what form did you have? Come, try to remember. Rose, what form did you have? Oh, hey, this is the spell that the other Beatrice cast. Don't look, don't listen, and believe. Release the power of your soul from the cage of flesh that imprisons it. That's it. Good. Around Maria, who was concentrating her power, her eyes tightly shut, small golden butterflies began to dance. Was this the manifestation of the magical power Maria held? Lost soul of the rose, gather into one and remember your form. Come, gather, remember. The glitter of gold butterflies began to stretch them, their numbers increased. Then, Beatrice raised a finger up to the skies and began to gather at the tip of that finger. This was the miracle of the golden magic. And the gold butterflies began to condense into a single dazzling grain of gold. It was a single seed, glittering gold. It sat on the tip of Beatrice's finger, budded into a golden sprout, and opened into a golden leaf. It slowly fell from that fingertip, sinking in the bud of the flower that had begun to grow steadily. Maria, who admired magic and witches, must have really wanted to see this fantastical sight. However, as an apprentice, Maria was still not qualified to see it. You know, she was probably afraid.
Your volume is getting a bit lost in the music right now.
Oh, is it? Maybe I'm just muttering. Maybe I'm just muttering because I haven't adjusted my levels or anything. No, she was probably afraid that if she opened her eyes to look, the power of her heart's concentration would be interrupted and the magic would be lost. Therefore, it was Beatrice, the one permitted to lay eyes on that golden miracle, who was the only one and only witch and the master of many miracles. Then the fully grown rose bloomed, creating one golden flower. And Beatrice poked it with her finger in just the right way. The gold-colored sparkles scattered as if just as if a golden soap bubble had popped, and what remained was a single beautiful rose. It looks as if you remembered a splendid rose. However, if we just leave it mixed in with the other roses, you won't be able to tell it apart. Shall I perform one last service? Beatrice, for the sake of her cute apprentice witch, who is moaning even more now in concentration, decided to cast one more little spell. She snapped her fingers, and a single gold butterfly appeared, fluttered around, and landed on the flower that had just been revived. Then suddenly burst open and disappeared, becoming a gold lace and marking the rose. That is sufficient. Maria, you may open your eyes now. Ooh, where's the rose? Not here. Not here. No, not over there. Over here. Look, I marked it with gold lace. Wow, you did it! Awesome, 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 awesome! Thank you, Bito. Thank you, Bito. I want to become a witch quickly, a great witch like Bito. And you can? Long ago, I too wished for that innocently, just as you two, and I had attained that level. Maria was ecstatic over the revived rose, clapping her hands and jumping around in joy. Watching that, Beatrice also smiled, looking fairly pleased. They're both good with Maria.
We love a woman who kills a lot of people but still loves children.
Yeah, exactly. She's the perfect evil girl boss. Now, if I try, I can break or repair any soul, not just that of a rose, and kill and revive as I please. So the fairy created by the storm has closed Rokonjima off in the real world. Now is the time for the Golden Witch, the Endless Witch, Beatrice, to descend. Beatrice pulled her... no. It's like 10:30, damn.
Ignore it.
Beatrice pulled from her pocket an envelope with the family crest, the one-winged eagle, and gave that to Maria. Maria frolicked around with being selected to be the witch's messenger.
I love that we're just skipping ahead so fast.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's like we've been through this.
Yeah, I know. I love it.
So, Kinzo, I've come to join in on your fun once again. My preparations are already complete. What about you? I assume that you prepared enough coins to be in tonight's game. As long as Beatrice never kills Maria, she is innocent and has done no wrong. I agree. Naturally, I am fully prepared, Beatrice. I have prepared pieces in abundance. I am ready both physically and mentally. But let me pay the ante. All that you have given shall be returned to you in the end. Now, take it. Kinzo flung the window of the study wide open, took off the reasonably large golden ring, which had been on his finger, and threw it into the darkness of the waging wind and rain. The ring was struck by lightning after twinkling gold for an instant disappeared. Damn, Kinzo watched it go, muttering to himself, damn, that was metal, grinning broadly and fearlessly.
Yep. That's actually what he's thinking.
I don't see myself losing. You are mine. Toxic. Forever.
Toxic. Very toxic.
I mean, to be fair, it's Beatrice. She kind of inspires that level of toxicity. I'm not victim blaming here, but at the same time, like, come on. You can't tell me that that's not correct. The ring that Kinzo threw out had become a single gold butterfly, fluttered around the wind and the rain. It headed for the rose garden, almost as though it was being guided there. I then found the figure of the Gold Witch and fluttered down. When it arrived right in front of Beatrice, it burst in a flash of gold and returned to its original form of a ring, flipping up into the air. It seemed as though it would simply fall back down into a puddle of water, but suddenly it stopped in midair, almost as if some transparent person had caught it. Somehow, this seemed unexpected even to Beatrice. However, she soon realized who it was, and grinned broadly at it. Oh, no! With your fucking weird-ass pencil-thin mustache? What the hell?
No. No, not
More-
Cloud Reed.
More of her furniture,
Cloud
I'm
Reed sucks.
guessing. As she did, the figure of the person who caught the ring began to fuzzily appear. It was the figure of a young man wearing a butler's uniform embroidered with a one-winged eagle crest. There's no man like this among the servants who served the Ushiromiya family. Even so, Beatrice laughed as though it was someone she remembered fondly.
ロノウェか
Ronobe! Is it?
ずいぶん久しぶり
It really does feel like more people are like, more of like Beatrice's witch friends or like acquaintances and like servants are like, oh, what's she doing over here? And they're just like poking their heads in and looking.
No, that's kind of like literally what's happening. This is what I mean by like we haven't met like a giant chunk of the cast.
Incredible. And it's just like they keep showing up, so they're just characters now forever.
Yeah.
Ronobe, is it? It's been quite some time. It seems you've remembered me. You always were a man who was serious about loyalty.
長いご無沙汰を頂戴しておりました
This is too deep of a voice with a man with your silly mustache. It's been a very long time since you last
こ
corresponded.
のロノフ
There has not been a single day that I, Renaud, have forgotten that I served you, my lady.
それよりも
Indeed, I was more fearful that you had forgotten about me, my lady.
私をお忘れになられたのではないかと
I have, after all, known you to be quite forgetful. I need to see what this... Eddie, I need you to find a picture of this man in the original art. I need to know what this fucker looked like in the original art.
Sure. Nobody else is allowed to look this up in the chat, alright?
Yeah.
なるほど
I see. Yes, it seems I do forget
わら
easily.
わ忘れやすいようでそなたの
I couldn't even remember your rise
すま
speech
で
until
思
I
い出
heard it
せぬ
again.
とはな
お嬢様
For you,
これを
lady. With an exaggerated yet elegant gesture, he bowed respectfully and held out to Beatrice the head's ring that he had just caught.
後ろ宮金
It's
蔵
the
より
Ushiromiya
返されま
family's
した
head's ring,
後ろ
returned to
宮
you
家
from
当主
Ushiromiya
の指
Kinzo.
輪でござい指輪は
All three
Use
versions,
that.
baby.
主に
Oh, yeah, let me see.
Feel free to show them on stream so nobody else has to go looking for it.
Oh. I just saw these pictures of the band that you're going to go see.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gay. Yeah, they're queer baiting a little bit. This is
Yeah.
great. I'm copying the links and posting them in the chat.
Mhm.
That's the original. That's like, this is the fucked up like PS3 image, I think.
Mhm.
Wait, give me 1 second. This is the fucked up like PS3 version, and then this is the one, and then like the third one is the one that we're looking at right here.
The second one, I think, the one that's like not the original, not the newest one.
Yeah.
Apparently that was the pachinko version.
Oh, the pachinko version. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Ugly,
There
horrific.
is Umineko Pachinko, which has like better animated scenes than the anime.
The pachinko. I think like the ones that we're looking at right now are good. I think the originals have like a lot of soul and are like very charming. The pachinko ones I hate. Loathe every single one of them. They're all garbage. I hate them so much.
Mhm.
They're all bad.
Mhm.
Anyways,
Mhm.
I think
wait.
this character makes more sense with the original look. I don't think they can draw old men enough in this style.
Wait. Can I link two more images?
Yeah.
Okay,
But-
so this is him in the anime.
Okay, that's closer. It still doesn't quite capture. I'm going to post this in the chat.
I'm sorry, it's 3 images. There you go.
Oh.
I'm done.
Okay. These two are anime ones.
I thought you were gonna show them on your stream, but yeah,
no.
sure. You can post
Okay.
all the long links.
Yeah, I'm posting them in chat. Sorry, VOD viewers. This is what you get for not being live. I think the original one is the one that makes the most sense with this character, actually. I think the new one is like, it's like too young looking, it's too handsome. It doesn't quite capture like this, like just on the verge of middle age energy this guy has.
Yeah.
Which is a
Yeah,
shame.
no, you're right.
Otherwise, I think it's pretty good. I think the original is like, it's not often that I prefer the original. I think the original has a lot of soul and I like it a lot, but it's very rare that I find one that I prefer to like this version. This is definitely one of those cases.
I get why completely.
Mhm. It's just like it's such a perfect middle-aged man, like just early middle-aged man in the first one. This is just he's anime. He's too anime. He's too Black Butler. He's Sebastian with a monocle and a silly little mustache.
The opposite of Twink Death.
Yes, Twink Rebirth.
Twink Revive.
Twink Revive. Yes. It is the Ushiromi. Oh, okay. It is now once again in the possession of its master. Indeed, the proclamation by Kinzo that the game has started. I acknowledge it received. So, how would you like to play tonight? I prepare the roulette immediately. Or shall I prepare some black tea first? It really is fun how much it just feels like they're approaching, like the two of them are just approaching the night at the casino. Like Kinzo and Beatrice. Those sound attractive, but for now I suspect I need you to greet someone. I am quite sure that the man has his mouth hanging open and can't shut it. I am quite sure that man has his mouth hanging open and can't shut it. Right, Battler? This sucks! Battler's like, fuck you, shut up! Oh! He's jumping into the fourth wall, this sucks! Greetings. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm called Renove, and I serve at the side of the Lady Beatrice. It is truly a pleasure to meet you. As fellow furniture, I expect we'll get along famously, if I don't eat you first. Clear? His mouth's been hanging open and he can't shut it, right? Isn't it obvious? Another incomprehensible guy is here! Calling this man an incomprehensible guy is such a normally that's such a weak insult. It's so perfect for this dude. He's so incomprehensible. What the fuck do you mean this man with the mustache, the monocle, and the hair, and the cravat, and his name is Renove is just here now? What the fuck are you talking about?
What do they mean by this?
I grumbled the goat-headed people would start doing the Bond dance, and the goat-heads started showing up in swarms! And since then, not only have those 7 sexy-ass babes appeared, now a butler's goddamn showed up! It doesn't make sense! Cut it out! Stop it with the character bloat! Our cast is already huge! By the way, Battler, did you notice? Did you realize that you're meeting him is the true devil's proof? A devil's proof? What? God, what do you mean? I mean, not looking, but this guy's a genuine demon with his name amongst the 72. Oh, he's part of like Solomon's, the Key of Solomon, like the Gotea. In other words, I brought a demon right in front of you, which truly proves that they exist. He's literally... Oh, I get it. She's like... He's literally a devil's proof. Get it? Get it? It's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah.
She's... I think Beatrice is best when she's just like kind of a dork. And she's just like, you get it? You get it? I made a pun. I did wordplay. I'm funny. Yeah. Renove holds a noble rank in hell, the 27th highest ranked great demon. He's a pretty useful man. I summoned him at high cost and made him serve me. It is an honor to be introduced to you. Well, my name is amongst those of the nobles of hell. I now serve as the head furniture of Beatrice-sama, vulgar, human, and great witch from whom even demons would flee in fear. He's a very useful man, but he is impudent with his words. She has a type. It is slightly frustrating that he sometimes forgets to respect his master. There's nothing in my contract regarding the way I must speak. The way in which I must speak. Would you like me to change? Would you like to change that contract? It doesn't bore me, so it's fine. Beatrice turned her back to him, cackling. Took her back. Once to her back, Beatrice turned back to Battler and stuck his right hand, showing off an innocent smile. Normally, this would mean that he was asking for a handshake. What is this supposed to be? I am also one who has been subjected to Milady's whims. He's like, dude, listen, I get it. This is rough. I'm sorry. Once you're furniture, I got you, dog. In that sense, I am sure that we could become good friends. They just start bitching about Beatrice all the time. This is a handshake of friendship. Of course, it does not mean that you will be entered into a demon's contract, so, you know, rest assured. I kind of really like... it's fucked up that I like this guy. I'm kind of disappointed that I like this guy.
It's fucked up.
I don't know, I'm kind of disappointed that I like this guy so much.
I knew you would.
Sorry, but right now I'm in the middle of a big fight with your master. You only shake hands with an enemy after one of those situations where you find in teen dramas, where we're beating each other up in a rainy schoolyard and are all worn out. Remember that. I see. And to shake hands with you, Battler-sama, I must create a fitting atmosphere in a suitable location. He's like, give me 1 second, I'm gonna go reserve a Denny's parking lot. We must exchange body language and sweet words that ring true to the heart. Can I find a suitable opportunity to share such a location? He's so funny! He's such an asshole. I too love those kind of situations, you know? What a weird laugh. Sure, this is a Denny's. Laughing tauntingly, Renault whispered that to Battler, with his face so close that their noses were almost touching. Gay. This man's a homosexual. I should have noticed with his monocle and his gay little mustache. Battler, his face turning red after getting so close to another of the same sex, pushed him away. Yeah, let's go! Battler, bisexual king, let's go! It's happening! It's happening! Now that you know that you're like a little bit curious, Canon's right there.
I'm dead.
Creepy bastard. I see. Just right for Mito's butler. It is honored to receive the words of such words of praise. I'm very confident in my tea brewing ability, so please look forward to tea time. Baking cookies. It's one of my hobbies. So I encourage you to have high expectations for the tea cakes and such. Just what I would expect from a pair of the same gender. You're already fucking. You started to get along very well. Very quickly. I'm jealous. Maima? I apologize most humbly for making you jealous, milady. I will not stealthily snatch your guest away from you. Well then, I shall leave for now to greet the rest of the furniture and inform them that I have retaken my post as head furniture. Please, forgive my short absence. Only the common goats and the seven sisters are used for the ritual have manifested themselves. You'll be able to finish up greeting them with ease. Oh, those lively seven sisters are here. Wonder whether those naughty girls have grown a little more graceful. No, they haven't.
No, not at all.
God, I'm so fucked up. I still think a lot about how, like, it's like, wow, lust is actually lustful. It's not like that. And it's like, wow, it's so good. I'm so glad that they're going in this direction with it. And then they're all just horny. And I'm like, oh. No. That's graceful. I'd have to doubt the definition of graceful. Is that so? It seems as though you've already enjoyed some playtime with the Seven Sisters. Judging by your expression, it seems that they are just as naughty as they were before. Even though I'm always telling them to act more fitting as a group of those who serve Beatrice-sama. What troublesome kids. That's your problem, don't worry. They actually act perfectly fitting of their master. She's like, yeah. Hey, you started to grow some guts! Never to have a conversation is to acknowledge the person you were talking to. Now that you've started to respond to my idle chatting, this is proof that you are gradually starting to accept my existence. It's like, man, I'm just talking to I talk to myself all the time. I had imaginary friends growing up. Fuck you. That's because even if the sun starts rising from the west, I will definitely never accept that you're a witch. Maybe you start crying and kissing my shoes, I'd be willing to have a more constructive discussion. Sometimes it does get tiring when everyone is just horny. I mean, yeah, but like, I don't know. There's something just about how quickly I was willing to praise it, and then like, And then Battler summons his Tulpa. Really does feel like it's one of those things where it's just like, obviously it's like the power dynamic and like this sort of like pseudo BDSM relationship between like Battler and like Beatrice, where they're constantly like flinging shit at each other, and it's like clearly they're getting off on it, right? Like this is like the clearest it's ever been.
A little bit.
like, it's just one of those things where I'm like, is Battler ever gonna have the upper hand? Like, what is Battler with the upper hand? Like, with the power of, like, when Battler wins a round, is it gonna be like he's gonna end up in the same sort of situation where, like, yep, chain her up naked, I guess.
I don't think you would chain her up.
No.
Naked.
Yeah. I don't think he enjoys the pageantry of it. I think he just enjoys, like, the power and, like, you know, maybe the access of it. Beatrice is absolutely about the humiliation aspect, though. She's gonna like lead him around and, like, do all this other shit. She's got this whole, like, ritual about it. Wouldn't you like him to chain her up, pervert boy? I mean, listen. The Switch-like nature of their relationship is very intriguing to me. I want to. We've seen what happens when the shoe is on one foot. I want to see what happens when the shoe is on the other foot.
What do you think would happen?
I actually think that a world in which like Battler is, like, kind of in the power position in their relationship is, like, he would lord it over her for like a good hour and a half, and then he would, like, kind of go back to being like, yeah, all right, whatever. Anyway, so, like, how was your day? You want to go grab some dinner or something? Like, after, like, I think he just ends up in, like, a kind of, like, a much more normal relationship with her if he's in the power position. I think Beatrice is the one. I think in their heart of hearts, I think Beatrice is the one with the much bigger freak flag, you know?
I mean, yeah, definitely. Just look at her.
Yeah. Yeah. Even if Battler was buffing, he still spoke forcefully, a fearful expression on his face. The Butler and the witch snickered together, realizing that their guests had regained more than enough of his willpower to take on a new game, and that the preparations were complete. After Renault's exchanged a few words with Beatrice, who bowed silently to Battler, scattered into golden butterflies, and disappeared.
I'm, like, really staring at Beatrice's pose right now, and I feel like her arms are too short.
A little bit. Just thinking, well, yeah, her forearm should be longer.
Yeah, right? That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. She's
like,
got
both
those tiny,
of them.
She's got, like, tiny little baby arms.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go grab a little bit more water because, like, I keep eating these salty snacks, which they're almost gone. I'm just gonna finish them.
Bro.
This is who I am. I'm gonna grab a drink and, yeah.
Yes, anything else? Anything else?
I was thinking. I actually, like, glanced at the camera and I was like, oh, I forgot to shave again. I need to do that, but I can't do that during stream. That would be silly.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do it after stream.
What is this?
Probably.
We saw you from across the bar and we hate your vibe. But yeah, her arms are, like, really short. It's definitely, like, a drawing error, but it is also kind of funny to imagine that maybe, like, she's not really actually all that tall in general, and she's just wearing, like, the biggest fucking platform stilettos.
Yeah, it's like she's just wearing a dress that's, like, slightly too big on her, actually.
Not even slightly, like, ginormously big. Like, stripper heel big.
Oh, why is it
I don't
loading
know
up?
if you're familiar with stripper heels. Those shits are huge. Like, very intimidating.
I see.
What's wrong?
Fiend, I think that you linked that, like, that as, like, a link to the message. I think that might actually put people in the, that might end up, like, inviting people to the Discord, maybe? I'm not sure.
It's alright. They can join if they want.
Yeah,
especially if they're coming from your chat.
You know, when you put it like that, yeah.
It's an interesting thing to think, though. I didn't realize that you could just join the Discord like that.
No. I mean, yeah, Fiend, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure that you were aware so that, like, next time, if, like, you were in a situation where you didn't necessarily want to do that, like, it was, like, linking to, like, the collab server or something like that.
Hmm.
Like I said, I don't mind it. I just wanted to make sure you were aware. It was truly pleasing when everything gets so lively. How boring were those days where I was trapped alone on this island, unable to regain my power, without anyone to talk to.
Trauma.
I do like appreciate that
She's
Beatrice is like,
trauma-dumping.
man, I'm having so much fun. This fucking rocks. I love hanging out with people.
She does, really.
I get how that creepy ass guy is really fitting as your butler.
だが教えろ
But tell me,
その執事が
where's that butler?
なぜ今
here
頃にな
now?
って現れた
Normally, I think that leads to people to a "you are not allowed to view this channel" thing. Oh, okay.
権限しているのは
You said something about how only the goats and seven snake chicks have manifested
どう
themselves.
いう意味だ
What did that mean? Oh, yes.
そなたは抗って
You still fight it, but I am a fully fledged
は
witch.
魔界に
I am in contract with a good many
人ならざ
non-human
るあ
entities
ま
in
た
the
の
netherworld.
存在
だろうな
I mean, I'm sure.
お前の
None
関
of
係
your
には
contracts are halfway near decent.
ヤギの化け物
There's
に
some goat
太もも
monsters
姉
and
ちゃん
those sexy ass babes.
そして今度は
Sexy
悪魔の
ass
執事と
babes, and this time a demon butler showed up.
まさかとは
I
思
don't
う
want to say it, but there better not be more and more of these
この
weird
調子で
guys to
まだお
come.
かしな連中
Oh,
が増えるってん
Battler.
じゃねえだろうな
Oh, all of them are gonna be freaks. Every single person that's going to show up from this point will be a freak.
わらわの荘厳なる
Furniture do you think I have serving in my great gold mansion? How many demons do you think visit me there?
どれほどいると思っているのか
Poor Battler.
まだまだ
Keep
訪れ
coming.
るいくらで
They'll
も
appear in any
現れる
number.
黄金鏡の
When the
扉
door to the Golden Land is open, I will call back all of my furniture and build my new red castle here on
わらわは
Rokenjima.
この六軒島に新たなる城を建てるのだそして
Then I plan to invite all of my own friends, and we will drink and dance together for 3 days and 3 nights, and I'll even let them eat you, if I'm feeling generous. I do also plan to invite Kinzo's family, of course. You too, if you wish. Yeah, it's the fucking main course. So let me get this straight.
お前
I
は
like
長
that
い
she
こと
says
力
that
を
like
失
as
っ
if
ていた
he's
た
not
め
part of
そ
Kinzo's
いつらを
family.
呼び出せなかったと
Since you lost your power for a long time, you can summon them.
それで徐々に魔
And
力
your
が回
magic
復して
power
き
has
た
been
ため
recovering gradually, so you've
次
become
々
able to
化け
summon
物
more
を
and
呼
more
び出せるように
monsters.
そう言いたいわけか
Is that what you're trying to say?
そういうこと
Yeah, they're really into this side profile look because it's new.
Yeah.
そなたは最後の一
Doesn't
戦
say.
でこそ
You managed to avoid
ギリギリ
taking that
踏み
final
と
step
どま
off the
っている
cliff.
その心は
But your heart is already wavering, and you are unable to deny that I'm the witch. This is definitely. I think this feels like it's definitely going to be like a Battler win chapter.
Hmm.
Like, it does feel like we're definitely going to get a little bit closer to that sort of win condition, just because she's so cocky going into this.
Mm-hmm.
その心
That wavering in your heart has slightly restored my powers as a witch.
あの気色悪い執事
So
が
you're
現
saying
れ
that
た
the creepy butler appeared because I started to surrender?
そうだ
That's right!
そなた
Bit by bit, you were surrendering to me.
前回のゲーム
You submitted to me so much in the last game that you received all that humiliation, did you not?
屈服したではないか
She's like, do you remember when I had you naked and chained up next to me? I remember that, Battler.
そなたの
Your
背
back
中
was
は
truly pleasant
わ
for
らわ
crying
の
my
足
feet
を投げ出
up
すには
upon.
本
I'll
当
have
に良
you
いも
know.
のだ
Aww. Alright, we'll take a look at that here in a second. And you just see cat. Aw, he's
Nice,
so
yeah.
cute. Look, oh my god, he's so peaceful. So eepy.
Oh my gosh, Woody video. Damn it.
俺は
I thought that as long as I didn't accept you, I'd be able to keep going.
だがそれは
But apparently, I was mistaken.
どうやら
そうだ
That's
そ
right.
なたが
Closer you get to submitting, the more the game will swing in my favor.
チェスだってそうだよ
Isn't chess the same? Yeah, you know, you're behind. Sorry, dog. Can't just come back from a loss like that without, like, facing some consequences.
互いのキン
In
グ
the
を
process
詰
of
め合
porting
う
each other's
過程
king, we have traded several pieces.
確かに
It is true that I have yet to corner your king.
しかしそうだ
However, you have had your hands full of just enabling your king to escape and have lost several important pieces to me, conceded a large advantage.
バックの血の展
It is
開が
only
わら
natural
わ
that
に
further
有利に
advances will lean in my
傾く
favor. Damn. Oh, it's a new Beto sprite. It's like slightly unhinged. She's halfway there. Damn.
そなたはおそらく
As we continue, you
これから
probably still succeed in
死
frantically
に物
avoiding
狂
my
いでわ
checkmates
ら
if
わの
nothing
チェック
else.
だが
However, as you do, I will still
So no
import
idea
pieces
mo
from you
wala
one by one.
やがては
In the
キング
end, you
以
will
外
have
の
lost
全
everything
てを
but your king, and you will receive a true
どのよう
checkmate
な
from which
形
you will
で
be
も
able to
逃
deny
れる
any
ことの
form of
かなわ
escape.
ぬ本当のチ
Yay.
ェックメイトを受けることになろう。前回
You were talking big last time, weren't you?
わらわを永
Think about how
遠に
since you would
認
never
め
accept
ぬ
me,
以
this
上
would be an eternal
これ
torture
は
that would
わらわを
torment me. Only witches who have reached the endless level can talk
無
about
限の域に
eternity.
達した魔女だけよ。そなたに
You
そ
have
の
never
資
possessed that
格など
qualification. I love it when she laughs, because I can just let her go off, because she's so good at it.
That feeling when you're so good at laughing.
Mm-hmm. She is so good at laughing. That's not like it's not something I had really considered a skill, but she is.
The candles.
黄金の隠し場所について
Kinzo-sama has already publicly displayed the location of the hidden gold within the epitaph under my portrait. Oh, we're just getting to like opening the
Yep.
letter.
条件は
The rules apply equally to all who can read the epitaph. If you discover the gold, I shall return everything to you.
それではどう
Tonight, I ask that you enjoy your battle of wits with Kinzo-sama to the fullest. I sincerely pray that this night will be both intellectual and elegant. Beatrice the Golden. When Maria finished reading the letter that Beatrice had handed her, everyone was at a loss for words for a while. And then they all broke silence at once.
バカバカしい
Ridiculous!
取
What
に足ら
a
ない悪
worthless,
さだ
vicious prank! I agree wholeheartedly. There's no way the father would give up the head's ring. Beatrice. Ha! What a transparent prank, hoping that bringing up that name would have us running around like headless chickens. I want Ava to be like, I'm going there now. I'm going now. Come on. Who's the one behind this dessert packing a little too much punch? I'll applaud and admire you if you come clean now. Rosa? Of course
お
not.
父様の名
I
を
wouldn't pull a prank
She's
assuming his father's
horrified.
name. Yeah, she's just like, she's got that really, like, kind of ugly sprite where her nose is, like, gone.
And her mouth is weird.
Hmm. She really does look like, she looks like a pug. She looks like a weird pug.
She does. Mm-hmm.
Then Aniki. Oh, I got I got a trophy for 300,000, for 30,000 clicks!
Yay!
Hooray! Is there any different information? No.
Not really.
Let me take a look. Yeah, no, we're... Yep. Aniki.
私
Me?
バカ言ってんじゃないわよ
Aniki. Me, don't be absurd. It was you, wasn't it?
こういう悪趣味
Only
な
you
仕
could
掛け
plan
は
something this vulgar. Are you trying to mock me? I'm the one who wants to question you. Who is behind this ill-natured prank? Krause beat the table and stared at everyone. Since that included the children too, he scared them greatly.
お父様か
A
ら
letter
財
from
産
a
の全
mysterious
権を
person who
任せ
claims
ら
to
れ
be
たと
given
称
full
する
rights to father's
そ
assets.
して
You
今
think
日は
about
そ
how
れ
this
を
family
話し合
compass
う
is
ため
about
親族
discussing.
いたずらだと
I
決め
think
つ
it's
け
too
て
hasty to
送
call this
迎だ
just
と
a prank.
わからんで
I wouldn't be so sure. Really might be one of father's vulgar
自
pranks.
分抜きで
You might have planned to
遺産
shock
分
us
配
a
の
bit,
話を
since we've
ま
been
とめようとしてい
discussing
る
the
わけを
distribution of
ちょっと
his
驚か
heritage
せた
without
って
him.
こいつの仕組ん
If
だ
Jab is the one who planned this, then we can't take what Maria-chan just read aloud as a joke, right?
そうね
That's right.
文面
If
通
you
りに
interpret the
解釈
contents
すれば
literally, then this is a test from father.
これは
Oh, okay, so they're already pivoting.
Yep. Finally, a fresh new take.
Since Beatrice said the rose was killed by the storm, I'm gonna say that my theory was the cook guy used Maria's rose for the dessert made with rose hearts. That's an interesting theory. I don't think it works though, just because like Goda's a perfectionist, and I feel like he would take one look at a malnourished rose and never use that. You know?
Mm-hmm.
魔女の碑文は
The epitaph of the witch has been displayed in the hall for quite some time now, so that any one of us can solve it. There's plenty of notice. So you're saying that the first person to solve it will be handed the headship along with all of his wealth, right? See? Our magic worked! I mean, if the rose itself needed to be intact, maybe. Yeah, but it's still, like, malnourished and withered, right? Like, it would still be, like... Even the heart would probably be malnourished or something. I think Goda's a perfectionist. Where if there's any chance of, like, something impacting the quality of his meal that he's putting out, I think he would avoid it. Anyways. See, our magic worked. I think genuinely that Ava's a witch in this chapter, which is crazy. That's so crazy. What if her gun is just magic? The greatest gun of all. Ridiculous. There's nothing of the sort. It is unshakable fact that my husband will become the successor to the Ushiromiya family headship. This letter is the very thing that shakes it. This letter is a message from the person who was given full rights to all of Father's wealth. Nissan's right to become the head is returned to a blank slate. The person who solves the riddle, the person who follows Beatrice's gold will become the next head of the Ushiromiya family. Ludicrous. Are you going to trust the meaningless words in that letter? That the seal was the real thing? How can we possibly trust that? Let's try going and ask Father directly. We aren't at the level where you can get away with saying that his mood's bad or he's not feeling well, you know? The sealed wax clearly shows that this letter was from Father's representative. You doubt that, if you doubt that, then show some proof, Nissan. Prove that this letter is not an expression of Father's wishes. Very well. It's just as you say. It no longer matters whether Dad's in a good mood or not. Let us go up and ask him directly. This is like... It's crazy how they should have done this first anyways. Like, it's so crazy.
It might be a little stupid.
it took them 3 loops to do this. Like, 2 loops to do this. Like, let's just go ask Dad, please. Let's do it. We'll ask Dad directly. Dad's to blame here too. Why do you have to choose such a roundabout way? That is a little like him. I wonder if it's alright to talk like that, for taking it for granted that it is Father's letter. Stupid Rosa! Jesus. That was like so aggressive.
It was so raw.
Isn't it obviously Father's letter? The letter was Father's. Isn't it obvious that he's giving the 4 of us an even chance to become the successor? This is the bully coming out. All of her middle school is coming back out.
I love Ava's purple eyes.
Idiot! Die, you useless woman!
Holy shit!
Man, that internalized misogyny goes crazy. Rosa really is dumb. Why doesn't she just give up and die forever?
True.
I'm sorry. That's right. Sorry. I feel bad for Rosa because she's a victim of abuse, but I also feel less bad for Rosa because she abuses her daughter.
She does not stop the cycle.
No, she very actively does not, and I think that's one of the things that's super notable about her. That this is really just a case of generational trauma going back around. In the beginning, the adults had all doubted the authenticity of the letter, but after just now realizing this is a once-in-a-lifetime chance for 3 siblings other than Kraus in the struggle for the inheritance, Ava had changed her position and claimed that the letter was authentic. Rudolph and Rosa also realized that and agreed. Good gracious! How can adults like you take such a worthless prank this seriously? Even though I am not Father, I understand well his exasperation. Whoa! Natsu-san, won't everything be just fine if we just ask Father? Everything will be fine if Father simply mentions how he doesn't know about the letter. This is super reasonable.
Yeah.
Nissan, take responsibility. Just get him to say he doesn't know about the letter. This isn't a time to get scared just because he's in a bad mood, you know? He's still scared of Father at his age. What an idiot.
Girl, you are too.
Why doesn't he just give up and die forever?
What's up?
I get the feeling we're gonna be seeing Tiny Rosa running around a lot this time, like actually running around a lot this chapter. Right.
Rosa?
Tiny middle school Rosa. Tiny middle school Ava, excuse me. I'm just so shocked at how crazily she went after her. Like that was so that I don't think I've ever heard that level of heat from Ava before, which is crazy.
It's been a long time.
Right, let's get the situation painted in black and white. He's probably eating in his study right now. Maybe it's time we set and rest his chopsticks for a moment. It's decided. Let's go. Kirie, wait here for a little while. We'll go check whether it's true or not. Come back quickly. Thank you. So we'll wait patiently for Goda-san to bring the dessert.
I love that. She's always staying in her lane.
I can't wait for Kyrie to get the gun, because I feel when it's Kyrie's turn to get the gun, because I feel like somehow Kyrie is going to be like the most fucked up with the gun. Like she will actually shoot people. I feel like if she won't start announcing stuff, she'll just work it out in her head, and then once she thinks she's had it figured out, she'll just start shooting.
Oh my god. I also like that Natsuhi and Hideyoshi seem to follow the siblings, and only Kirie seems to be the one, like, partner that stays back.
Yeah, it's just like,
for some reason.
whatever. Well, I think it's because she's
Whatever.
like the second wife.
Oh. I also kind
Maybe.
of think that, like, Rudolph kind of knows that she's not really into this type of shit, probably.
Yeah, no, I think that she's just like kind of uninterested in what's going on here. I wish there were more guns in here because she looks like she would look cool with a gun in each hand. Yeah.
That's true.
Poor siblings Natsuhi and Hideyoshi all stood from their seats forcefully and flew out into the hallway with the clatter. Afterwards, the only ones left were the children, completely stunned and completely speechless. Nanjo, who looked uncomfortable, and Kyrie, shrugging her shoulders. She's like, whatever. I knew.
Yeah, literally, she's like, it is what it is.
Hey, Video Tree, how we doing?
Video Tree, welcome.
Maria, who had been in charge at the center of all this turmoil, looked a little scared at the adult's sudden change. However, judging from her appearance, she didn't look like she had realized the full significance of what she had just read out. What in the world was that all about? I don't friggin' get it. Shitheads, every last one of them.
True.
Do they really want the inheritance that much? Everyone. This is our parents' problem. It has nothing to do with it. Genuinely, it has nothing to do with us. So don't fucking worry about it. Unless you want to become the head for some reason, in which case, go for it, I guess.
I feel like it's, like, the most reassuring that it's coming from George.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with us. It's like, yeah, you're so right, George.
Yeah, if only with that easy. They were so blatant. I thought they were better than us. Showing off their greed. Everyone has to believe together that we'll be happy. Ooh. That's right. We all did promise. Come on, Batman. Just good job. You too. I feel like crap. We all couldn't accept it. We couldn't accept it at all. We laid down our arms for the time being. We'd known vaguely how filthy the family conference was going to be at this time. However, after that 6-year blank, I couldn't help but being shocked.
Where's the dessert? Oh my god, I forgot you were here.
hey, Nanjo. Sorry. You've been replaced in my mind with weird demon butler, man.
Yeah.
See, the show, it's like you only have rooms for so many Umineko characters, and Nanjo just slides out as you slide, like, whatever.
Like, what is he still doing here? Go home.
Like, damn, dude. See, Dr. Nanjo cleared his throat uncomfortably. It's an adult discussion. It has nothing to do with all you young people. Let us forget about it. Or what if I could, okay? I know it's hard, but please, forget it for now, for their sakes. All of your parents are fighting frantically to make your futures just a little brighter. Please, don't look at your aged parents with those cold eyes when they come out. Even on your request, Kyrie-san, that's a hard one. We're just thinking more about Kyrie, like how we really don't know anything about her and like Rudolph beyond the fact that he does like shady stuff and like was a bully when he was younger. And I'm just like, I'm so intrigued by like what happened there because like Battler and like Kyrie have such like a weird relationship, and I'm like, I don't know, they feel like I know that they kind of like go on about like how like like they kind of acknowledge that they're not, that the two of them aren't really family, but like they're close, and I'm like, that seems interesting because like I wonder what the household dynamic is because like Battler's sister, like Anji, like what was her name, Anji or something like that. Like she is Kyrie's daughter though, right? I do think it's funny that like their names follow like a similar structure though. Like it's like Kyrie, like Valkyrie or whatever, and then like it's Anje, which is like angel or whatever. That's cute.
Maybe maybe on purpose. I don't know, actually.
It's close. It's close enough that I'm like, it's like just far enough off that I'm like, I'm willing to like maybe think it's a coincidence, but also, I forgot
yeah.
Dr. Wilford Brimley. God damn it.
I think that dynamic between Kirei and Battler is like really fun to kind of look at because the way that they deal with each other, despite like, you know, any grievances that Battler has, is like so emotionally mature that you
Yeah, it
wouldn't
really
expect
is.
from him.
It really is. I'm just wondering. I'm just like wondering what the total family day. It's like so weird that Anji's not here, right? Like I know that she's sick or whatever, and like they mentioned it. I'm sure she's gonna come up at some
You're
point
curious
later.
to see what it looks like when she is in the picture. Is what you're
I
saying.
am because like I want to see what like Kyrie is like when her actual flesh and blood daughter is with them, and like how like these relationships are complicated by this idea of like being like family or not being family, and this like weird because like I think it's easier to like keep that separate whenever like the daughter's not around. But like
Yeah.
that difference is like gonna become like way more highlighted whenever she ends up showing up for whatever reason because of like some weird bullshit that Beatrice does. Also, I need another like young girl running around to like have fun with Maria. I need Maria to have like a younger person to bounce off of.
True. So
Even on
true,
your-
bestie.
Even on your request, Kyrie-san, that's a hard one.
そう割り切れるなら
I hope her turn to use the gun is getting excited about solving a mystery. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I'm sure there's gonna be twists. Like obviously there's stuff we don't know about Kyrie, and I'm sure some really fucked up stuff is gonna be coming up with her and Rudolph. Because of course it is. They're so like here like Rudolph is so shady. There's no way there wasn't some sort of like weird like murder thing with like his mom or some shit. Or like or like his dad let his mom die or something along those lines. Because like the way they said it was like Kyrie like they got remarried like immediately after his mom died.
Yeah.
Like to the point where you're like there was clearly a relationship there beforehand. Anyways, if we could be that cut and dried about it, we wouldn't be kids in the first place. Oh, Kyrie has a daughter? Why isn't she there? How old is she? It's like it's like a kind of a miracle that I remember it, because and I only remember it because it's been offhandedly brought up a couple times by like other people and like me thinking about it. She's like 5 or 6. She's like really young. She's not here because she's sick. Like they left her behind.
She's mentioned. I think it is kind of a miracle that Dede remembers, because I think she's literally only mentioned once in the very first chapter.
Literally once. One of the few reasons why I remember is because I don't remember anything what they said about the character, but I do remember like people like from osmosis what I know about Umineko is like I've seen Anjay's name before, but I don't remember anything else about like the character or what she was like up to. I just know that she's a character who eventually will show up. And with this like nature of the loops, I think that's like a fair assessment to take even after all of this. I don't think that's like a spoiler or anything. Beyond the fact like any character that is mentioned is probably going to show up at some point. And like the idea of like a family member who's just not there is too tempting an idea to not like mess with at some point. So I do know that, but it is one of those things where even with that information, I probably would have forgotten about it if it hadn't been brought up by like a couple other people in chat or something like that, or just like like just me even thinking about it and like going back and trying to go over my theories and whatever. But no, she is literally mentioned once. It's like at the very beginning of Route 1, of Chapter 1.
You do not give a fuck about her.
No, and I think it's like the more I think about it, I think one of the reasons why I'm so like I keep thinking about her is because I think it's so fucking crazy that no one mentions her once as soon as the island is cut off. Like no one has ever said the words Anjay Ushiromiya once, even when everyone was dying. Like, both of Battler's parents are dead, and no one mentions the fact that, like, Battler is going to have to tell Anjay that their parents are dead.
That's a good point.
Which is, like, crazy.
What are you drinking?
Central Mudet. It's I think it's like a Mexican apple soda.
Oh.
Maybe.
Mm.
Yeah, it's a Mexican.
Okay.
Yeah, it's by the same guys who do Doritos.
So, may I make a request?
Yeah. Oh, we want to wrap it up here.
Can we wrap it up when the chapter ends?
Well, the chapter ends? That's a big thing. That's like we have so much left of chapter 3.
Sorry, not chapter. When
This scene.
this
the scene
part
ends.
ends.
Yeah, I got it.
Everyone... You know what I'm saying!
Yeah, I got you. Everyone happy. I'm like, wow, chapter 3 is crazy short.
Yeah,
Ava kills
actually,
everyone.
we're not allowed to stop until chapter 3 is done.
Wow,
I hope you understand. That's my small request.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I gotta call off for tomorrow.
For the week.
Yeah. Everyone happy. Can't get dark. Believe. Unless we all believe, we can be happy. The happiness will get away. We all have to believe. That sounds good. I'll believe too. We can be happy. She lied as easily as she breathed. That really does feel like that kind of thing. Like she's too like cynical and smart to think that. Auntie Kyrie, thank you.
Mother.
She is.
Get the mouse out of here.
Oh, sorry. Well, I have to have it on the. I have to click.
On her face?
I'm clicking on her eye now. Batman, Jessica Onechan, you believe too. Beatrice is always saying that magic won't have any power if you don't believe. Kyrie-san rose from her seat quietly, went over to Maria, and crouched down so their eyes met. I love how it's like, get that mouse out of here. Like, how do I click? How do I click? You believe, Kyrie, Auntie Kyrie? Now, Batman, Jessica, and Oni-chan have to believe. You're both strong people. They'll feel better soon and do that for you. Yeah. More importantly, I want you to tell me. Oh, okay. This butter up the kids so you can get the beans. Because like, the thing about Kyrie that I think is really interesting is that she seems completely and 100% like not even once has she been out of lockstep with Rudolph. Like she has had like the least like they have understood each other the most out of everyone. Even like
you say that from this.
Well, like no, just in general, right? Like this is one of those things where it's just like there's almost this understanding of like I'm not going to do any good going up to the room with everyone else. I'm going to hang back and get information from the kids. You go do your thing.
Yeah.
Like they completely understand each other, or like maybe it's just like Kyrie completely understands Rudolph and can like anticipate what he's going to need before he even says it, without them having said anything.
I think that's quite the perfect description for this couple, yeah.
Like I said, like even Ava and Hideyoshi, as like tight as they are, and like as close and like as clearly and genuinely fond of each other and in love as they are, they don't have that level of cohesion that like Rudolph and Kyrie have.
They have good synergy. Yeah,
they do have good synergy. I which is like all the more confusing, like to what's or like not confusing but intriguing about like what their story is. Dr. Nanjo and I all listen closely. It looked like our parents' minds had been filled with thoughts of the grandfather and the inheritance problem, but we wanted to ask Maria about something similar. What? Who gave you that letter, Maria-chan? Beatrice. The witch drawn on the portrait? Yeah. She gave me this letter and an umbrella. And she used magic to fix my rose that was broken. Beatrice is an awesome witch who can do anything. She's so strong and she'll never lose to anyone. Can you tell us about it in more detail? Hey, there we go. Fantastic.
I'm sorry, guys. I just get sleepy at 11:30 these days. Okay, I did the math really quick.
No, that's perfect.
I knew what time a specific chapter would end.
I think if Bito could beat up Goku.
Oh yes. God, I hate you.
I'm just imagining being like Maria somehow getting access to the internet and like there being like power scaling discussions. She's just like, Beto would win. Like, and everyone's just like, who the fuck is Beatrice? Who? She's a witch? From what is she from?
What?
She's from real life. She's real. She could beat Goku.
It's true. It's true. But yeah.
Episode 3 is so interesting immediately as compared to episode 2, which is just bad on the open, but necessary.
Yeah. It's one of those things that is like the downside of like looping timeline stories is that like they want to keep up the shtick where it's like, yes, we're going to loop and we're going to keep in as many details and like the long intro as possible. But thankfully, Umineko kind of like fast forwards like straight on the 3rd chapter.
Yeah. I think that it's also like just one of those things that like, obviously you do need some context for certain stuff, especially stuff that's like going to be important for that loop. So you do need, and it is important to get like information down, even on characters that are maybe less interesting. Or maybe appear less interesting. George
I think
is
chapter
like
2 is rough because of George and Shannon.
It really is. I know that their relationship is like super important to like everything that's going on in that like chapter, or like in that episode, or episode, I guess is the proper term. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like it's so rough.
And
then like this one opens and it's Beatrice and Ava, and you're like, this kicks ass. Every part of this kicks ass.
Girl bosses, real fucking girl bosses in this house. No fake girl bosses like Natsuhi and Rosa, okay? Mm-hmm. We're gonna give the gun to some real bitches.
like I tell you what, if I had to trust two people to use the two women that I would trust to actually use that gun are Rosa and Kyrie. Or not Rosa and Kyrie, it's Ava and Kyrie. like Ava I think is going to be similar to like Natsuhi, or like a little bit more similar to like Rosa. Like she's going to fall into like that same sort of category of like kind of like a raging paranoiac. But I think she's much more willing to like actually shoot somebody. Like Rosa like was on the edge for a lot of episode 2, but I never thought that she was she never really kind of like mustered like either the proof or the or like the will or insanity to actually pull the trigger on somebody.
I don't know. She
came pretty close.
I don't know about will, but the insanity definitely. She was holding that gun up to quite several people, like erratically even. Mm-hmm.
Like I wouldn't have been shocked if let me put it this way. I wouldn't have been shocked if Rosa had shot somebody, but I wouldn't have like been shocked if she didn't shoot anyone, if that makes any sense. If Ava doesn't shoot somebody, I'm gonna be shocked. And then same with Kyrie, because Kyrie, I think, like I said before, I think Kyrie is gonna get the gun. She's gonna be very quiet, and then she's gonna it's literally like the timer on the oven is gonna go ding when she thinks she has it figured out, and then she's gonna shoot people.
Actually, it's like every episode just gets shorter and shorter, and it's just like by the time we get to Kyrie with the gun, it's just like she gets the gun and then she figures out who like whatever the fucking mystery is, and then it's over in 2 minutes.
She like the Kyrie survives episode happens, and like Kyrie grabs the gun. She sits there for like half the day, and then she shoots the portrait in the head, and then everything goes back to normal. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and call it here. Thanks to everyone for hanging out. Once again, Umineko, as always, is a treat. This is such a good game.
Yippee.
This game's so good. Very excited to see Ava with a gun. This is going to be a good one. This is so good. I love it when toxic women have access to firearms.
Who do we think?
Who do we think?
Actually, before we leave off, I feel like it's harder to ask you, like, who do you think is going to die first? Because usually on the first night, like, half of the cast dies.
Yeah.
So, who do you think is, like, of the adults are going to live?
I think Ava's definitely going to live. I'm half and half on Hideyoshi living or not. Because I definitely think George is going to die. George is definitely dead. I think George is dead on the roulette this time around. Because that's something that would because like Ava's constantly been talking about her relationship to her son.
George.
And like I
Yeah.
think that guilt, and I think that's really going to be a big driving impetus for her to snap and either start doing magic or shoot people. I think both are equally likely. Hideyoshi probably, actually, now that I think a little bit more about it, just because like he would be too much of a calming influence on her. And like we
So
need
wait,
her.
you're
We need
saying
her
that
unhinged.
Hideyoshi is going to die or he's going to live?
I was kind of 50-50 on it. I'm leaning towards him dying right now. Who else of the adults? I think Kraus is going to live. I think this is an episode.
Right?
I think this is an episode where Kraus lives because
It's
like
Ava's biggest
Ava needs
enemy. Yeah.
Ava needs somebody to shoot or do magic at. Natsuhi, maybe Natsuhi lives. I think maybe Natsuhi lives. I think Shannon also lives because once again it gives Ava more targets. Who else? Does Jessica live? I think Jessica might die here. I think Rudolph and Kyrie are gonna die again because we can't. They just think it's not their chapter. They're not allowed to live.
Yeah, they do kind of. I don't know. They get got pretty fast.
Yeah, they don't stick around ever. Yeah, Kyrie is also just too smart.
Yeah.
Like she's like Battler. What if Battler was better? And like was more willing to like not trust people.
I mean, yeah, Battler gets his, his logic chessboard thing from Kyrie, so she's definitely got a better grip on that type of like, I don't know, logic detective.
Yeah, that sort of like method of critical thinking.
But yeah, fun.
Yeah, but yeah, I think it's like a lot of them are more up in the air because like you could probably take or leave a lot of like the servants or whatever, or like
Dr. Nanjo.
Dr. Nanjo. Like those are always like they could live, they could not. It just depends on how many. This is gonna sound really bad. It depends on how many like real characters they want to save for the route for the loot.
Yeah, the servants are a bit weak.
Yeah, well, like even with like the magic blades, like I think Canon's probably gonna. Well, actually, maybe Canon doesn't live because like there's like a lot of like there hasn't been any focus on the servants basically at all this chapter so far.
Yeah, you're right.
Like the most we've gotten is like Kumasawa and like Goda showing up once, and then Shannon. So maybe Canon's dead. Although whether or not that counts as like a death, considering my theory, I don't know. Maybe. But yeah, I think for sure George is dead. I think probably like her husband is dead. Ava lives. Kraus lives. Natsuhi maybe lives. I think Shannon's going to live. Everyone else is kind of up in the air. I think Maria's going to live too because Maria always lives because like you're not killing Maria off one.
She's the little creepy witch child. Of course, she has to live.
Yeah. And besides, like, listen, I could see like Beatrice being like, "Oh, it's fate." I mean, it could be anyone, and then she like it comes up Maria, and she just kind of nudges the table a little bit. Battler obviously always lives. It'd be really funny if Battler just dies night one. But yeah. Anyways, that's my predictions for right now. Everything else is a little bit up in the air.
Yippee, Umineko!
Hooray! All right.
Yippee.
Thank you so much for coming out, everyone. I'm looking forward to getting back to this. I love streaming. I love Umineko. Rise of Eddie, what you got going on?
Okay. Oh no. Okay. Don't expect a stream from me tomorrow because I have a concert to go to. Yeah. I don't think I'll stream Saturday either because I have a bridal shower to go to. I thought the bridal shower was like a brunch thing, but
No.
I just like realized like a few days ago that it starts at 5 o'clock, and like they're definitely gonna be partying for like 4 hours, so I might be dead by the time I get back.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna promise anything on Saturday, but yeah, there will most likely be a collab stream on Sunday.
Mhm.
Considering the pattern that's been happening
For
these
like
last
the
few
last
weeks.
year. Yeah.
Well, you know, like we've dwindled down from like 3 days to like 1 day on the weekend,
Yeah.
and that day tends
One
to
or
be
two.
Sunday. And then yeah, so I would like to stream again, and Eddie stream this weekend, but
Oh
we
yeah.
just have to see how fucking gone I am. The Among Us
That
stream was amazing.
I'm so glad. You know what? I'm so glad that I'm such a vital part of the infrastructure of an Among Us stream that removing me results in total chaos.
Hey, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. I locked the fuck in.
You did. You did lock the fuck in. I'm very proud of you. Genuinely.
I don't know. I feel like I don't know what it says about me or Dead that
I
like
was
when he's
holding her
gone, I
back.
lock the fuck in. But interesting. Good to make note. Good to make note. I'm sorry, Dead, but all of those solo streams I've had recently because you went to bed early due to work, I've been rising higher
Yeah.
because of your absence.
Let's go.
Scientifically, statistically proven.
We'll just
We
start
shall
streaming.
never stream together ever again.
Incredible. We just start streaming. We just start streaming completely separately. The only thing we come together for is Umineko.
God, that sounds kind of sad.
No. I think I think that it'd be nice to like we're branching out a little bit. We're growing as people, but we still have something that we're coming back to.
He hates me.
Ah, clearly, this is clearly what's happening here. I love you, babe.
He hates me. Anyways,
Yeah. Anyways,
yeah.
thank.
So
Yep.
that's what to expect for this weekend coming up.
Hell yeah. Also,
Most likely no stream. Maybe if there's a miracle.
yeah, I love saying that he told us. Oh, what?
When and during the Among Us stream, Sane added you in the Discord and VC
Oh
chat, and
yeah.
she was like, "Eddie's killing us."
And I'm like, yeah, good. And then I was like, yeah, good.
Eddie's fucking killing us.
Yeah. God, I think there was like one other thing I wanted to say, but I can't remember now.
Was it about streaming schedule? Was it about streaming content? Was it about streaming at all?
I think it might have been, but I don't remember anymore. Oh well, it's probably not that big a deal. Yeah, anyways, have fun. Thank you guys for coming out. We'll fucking see you later. Goodbye. Good night. Good night, everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.